I'll just let it now be the case. So now they can hear me on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick as well. Cool. Let me make sure. Yeah, now it will be working. Yeah, cool. Hopefully though. Nice. Yeah, technical issues all the time. Happens to the best of us, right? But I am really surprised by how TikTok didn't have that issue. Man, this TikTok, huh? It has its own kind of stuff. Nice. Yeah, James, I think it's just a habit for me. I always use Blur everywhere, and it's useless, I know, but I do it. Sometimes it helps. And James also said that WebStorm is easily 10x better than VS Code. Actually, I agree with you, but I think the problem with WebStorm, I'm not sure about how it is right now, but I think it was the problem of licenses. That it is, if you are a student, you have the full access to all the licenses, and then if you want to pursue it, you need like your job, like your boss to buy your license or something like that. VS Code still is more maintainable, I think. Svetlana asked, what the hell is all that saying? Just code for a stupid app that we're building without using too much hooks and stuff. But yeah, I'm really impressed by how TikTok fixed the sound issue on its own. That's really cool. Let me check actually. I don't know. Maybe it's still the issue. Maybe you can check on Twitch again if that got solved, because I'm not sure actually. Yeah, I don't seem like, I think it's still the issue, right? Whatever, like if that's the issue, then I'll just drop off everything there. We are on TikTok anyway. Okay, what you're building, it's a white noise app that we built actually with the chat, which is really good. So if you are a FaceTimer here, yeah, first timer, I mean, basically you will see that we will build this with the chat, and the chat will basically depend, give some dependencies, and I will depend on these dependencies to build the app. And we have like kind of like a readme file where today we are going actually, yeah, for this one I'm not going to do it today. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe to add this adjustable volume control, but it seems like a bit heavy to do right now. Adding Redux will be 100%. Probably I want Redux. I don't want to do Redux toolkit. Probably I will do Zustand for state management stuff. Yeah, search input for voices, we did that. We are super proud of that already. And then add the Kanban board. Yeah, this is kind of like a feature. We are kind of like building everything for the core features, and then we will deploy it. We'll deploy this app and see how it behaves and how it works basically. If everything is okay, then we can make it better. Yeah. Oh, James said he made Infinite Crafter clone like 3 hours yesterday. But can you explain that? Maybe explain what you were doing with that and what's the purpose of that. Hey Twig, I actually checked your message. Yeah, I will reply today if I can. Yeah, I get a lot of messages regarding like some bugs and stuff like that. So sometimes I don't understand the context and I don't even know what you are guys building. So I try to kind of like be googly and Google some stuff if I can find out about it. Otherwise I would be happy to help if I can. Yeah. It's a transpiler. Okay, is TypeScript similar to JavaScript? Yes, it is. TypeScript actually is very similar to JavaScript, unless you understand why TypeScript was introduced. Basically, TypeScript is where JavaScript ends, kind of. So JavaScript ends at some point where it cannot be secure when it comes to your variables, let's say. And at that point, you will be like, hey, I don't want to really have this kind of mutability in my app, and I want kind of TypeScript to compile everything down to JavaScript, but in a way that it tells this array should be an array of numbers and not an array of anything. kind, so the hard typing, right? All right, so yeah, so our guy here said that he's a senior QA just on the manual side and learning JavaScript. I mean, that's amazing. I hope for the best for you to learn as much as you can. I had a lot of manual QAs in Adobe, especially where I work. They have a lot of manual people who goes into the website and test certain stuff, like the select boxes that we use with Spectrum. Spectrum is a framework for CSS that we're using at Adobe. Also, there's other frameworks that we use like Tailwind and stuff like that for CSS. Another question, have you used Express/Node.js? Yes, I do. Actually, today I was thinking to do that. Maybe that will be what we will do today, right? And by the way, guys, I also stream on Kick and also on Twitch. I'll be very happy if you guys go on my Kick channel here and also follow, because it's really new. I will pin the comment as well, and I'll try my best to kind of like be doing this every day for you. We already did every day until yesterday. We decided to play a video game with you guys, and we decided to wait for Discord to see if anybody will join, but not so many joined though. But I installed GTA 5 and I played a bit myself, and I really liked it. Yeah. ZXZ asked, or answered actually. You answered Freezy. Are you computer major? No, I'm a senior dev, full front-end dev actually, not full, maybe full stack. I don't know, I cannot say that. But also, yeah, I did a lot of backend with Node.js Express, some Socket.io stuff, MongoDB, MERN stack, basically. It's a pretty easy to use JavaScript for certain stuff, yeah, but not that much easy. I'm now answering another question from the chat. Yeah, currently added helmet and configured course for security. Yeah, that's good. Maybe you add some middlewares for security as well. You look for certain, I don't know, you know what? In big companies, sometimes we even go to the path where we add some hidden variables, what we call config variables, in your app to know exactly that you are an authentic user. And sometimes down the spiral of components, we will look for these config files or config variables. Let's say the config variable is an auth variable, right, that you get as a token. But with that token, sometimes you will have an auth set variable, we call it, to be true. And this auth set, we will randomly look for it every 30 minutes or so to just make sure that you are really good. Otherwise, we will look for it when you log in for the first time. So both ways, we make sure that you logged in correctly. That's maybe the worst case scenario, unless you are trying to inject some stuff. So basically, we had a problem once with GraphQL being an issue that you can actually query with it. Certain input can query the whole database, because it sometimes can accept like selectors from, I don't know, from SQL or wherever. So we make sure that you don't have the word select or something like that. So it's always like dependent sometimes even on regex and what you use as a kind of like a filter or wherever on the app, or even a search input, right? So it depends 100% on what you're trying to do. And if you are just trying to secure the backend, there will be plenty of things you can try in this case. Yeah. Only Human asked, what a name, how to get jobs in React. I actually explained this much about how kind of like you need to be consistent and stuff, and how you need actually, you will be able to land a job following like a really pretty nice roadmap. We talked a lot about this roadmap that I'm gonna share right now on my screen with, that is behind me. This roadmap actually is a really cool one, and it does give you a lot of stuff that you can follow up and be able actually to if achieved, to land a job. So let's say you learned the basics, you have CSS, JavaScript, HTML knowledge. Therefore, these that are purple checked marks, these are basically what are they trying to make you follow up and make you learn. But if it's kind of like this one here with gray, don't bother that much, but maybe it will be better also to know a bit about it. and you move on. And then even you have certain paths here where if you click, you can go to full stack and also learn more about, let's say, Node.js, RESTful API, GWT auth, something like that. And you continue, and each time it will give you like a new path to follow until you kind of like feel really good with your stack and feel really good with what you want to achieve. Unless you are really not into the full stack and you want just to stop at the front end. All right, let me read some comments. James is actually being a bit negative, telling people don't start with web dev. You can start with whatever that you want. Honestly, Python is good for sure because it's available. It's very easy to learn. You can learn it super easy and go through it super fast, also with kind of what it provides for docs and stuff like that. Also, it has a very good framework for backend like Django and whatever. Also, you can go the data science way or the data management way or the data engineering path with, let's say you learn something like, I don't know, there is a lot of actually like Tableau or wherever, and you integrate its API, or Databricks. Databricks seems to be one of the most famous kind of frameworks for Python right now that helps you data manage your API. And also it's kind of weirdly cool to work with Python because all its variables or all its prototypal functions are really accessible and they are easy to use. And all the functions, like to sum an array, is just one call and one line or something like that. You can do that with JavaScript, but you need a reducer or whatever, reduce function, which you need also to understand it to the core. All right. Hey, Margina, how are you? How is everyone? Bdar also is here. ZXZ. Oh, look at the SMN Nice asked, are all developers introverts? I think to an extent, not all for sure, but it might be actually. Vasilis said, are you Greek? Your accent sounds very Greek. I'm from Mediterranean, basically. I'm not Greek though, but yeah, I'm North Africa, Tunisia to be exact. Yeah, but yeah. Everybody's joking in the chat saying that I'm Italian, but I'm not. Yeah. React is not a framework, honestly. It's really kind of different now with kind of what people name things. Can be a framework, can be a library. It depends, right? So Angular versus React, what do you like better? I like React more to the modular part of it. It depends also, right? Franco is answering, nope, he's not Italian. That's correct. All right. You have French accent mixed with Arabic, mixed with English. True. Actually, once I take the phone, sometimes I'll be like, hi, comment ça va? Like, you can say that like in French or something. Or I start with salut, how are you? Or I do kind of like a mashed up English, Frenglish, which we call Frenglish in Tunisia. And we have Arabic as well, which Arab people use. Oh, Klein VS Code extension. What is that? So Derek asked, have you tried Klein VS Code extension? I have no idea what's that. Integration of updates. Okay, I know autonomous code and agent for VS Code. Wow. Okay. So what Derek actually sharing with us is this extension that does this basically. It has everything that you need as chatterbot, also code completion, plus some integration with the most known APIs for OpenAI. And it has it has better kind of compatibility than code maybe, or maybe Copilot even. And it got installed already, nearly a million, like 500,000, but 500,000 plus. But I don't know, the moment I see this enterprise, book a demo or whatever, I start to feel these stuff, because honestly they just care about the money. So the free version probably will be very low end about it. Yeah. So if we just read this, welcome to client documentation, dev essentials. Oh, wait a second, here are core tools you need for development. So basically they are explaining to you also what you will need as a Justin stuff, and then you will connect your API basically with certain model, and they use the 3.5 Cloud Sonnet, which is really good. Okay, wherever. So yeah, there's a tool guide you can look at. Interesting, actually. Klein, wow. Each day new tool, right? I really get surprised by how evolving these people are. They just get a tool each day. So James is our senior commenter today. So James is asking or saying that framework enforces a specific way of programming. I get his point, and it's true actually. So something like React will enforce you to use its hooks to make things, right? And also certain things like Svelte also as a framework can enforce you actually to use its bind functions or wherever. Yeah, so there down the spiral, you need always to know where to head. And for you as a developer, you need to define your extensions and define your needs, right? What you want to extend on, basically Angular or React or whatever. Anyhow, please guys try to share this live stream, or maybe like it as much as you can. Plus I will share with you my Discord, and also some of the mods. Maybe if you're present, please paste in the chat the Discord and pin it. Therefore they will be able to see this. Yeah. Most devs don't understand the difference between framework and a library, and it's annoying. Correct. I mean, honestly, it's always depends on if you are a geek or not. You remember when Angular came out, everybody was hyped up for Google to do that. And also when certain stuff like React came out, we all dissed it, and we said React will die, whatever. Meta, what is it doing, whatever. The end of it became like React became good when they started with hooks, basically in 2018. They did like kind of like presentation, and a lot of developers were there. They explained React and how they are trying to do it, and the moment that they said that it become LTS, like a not limited, but the liability, like it will be time supported, like limitless time support or whatever. So basically at that time people really went happy with the framework and said, okay, maybe if we get to use React right now, we will be able to build apps that will stay for 10 years and stuff like that. So if you are going to a framework, and by what James said, you are limiting yourself, you're not actually, because your brain can attach to any framework, can go, if you understand the algorithm, you can do it, but it comes with a brag, right? The point that you don't want to do it. Why should I jump here and there and learn all the frameworks? I sometimes just want to be good at something and use it at my job, and that's it. So it depends on you and what you want to do, right? So what else? So React imposes these hooks, right? It imposes these hooks. It would let you go into these hooks until you will not think anything else to solve your problems. Let me give you an example. So I was using this high charts library for doing charts basically. And the high charts library have this X-ray, not X-ray, like has this line and spline types of charts. Let me actually show you how that works, right? So I'll go to Excalibur and share my screen. Hopefully you can see everything, guys. And this is what we are doing today. So I give you like the example of high charts, right? I actually use a very good mouse, so I'm really happy with how I can write with the mouse right now. All right, so it seems like not very understandable, but you get the point. So you have an X and Y axis like this, and then you can start with lines, right? These are called lines, kind of graphs, right? or you can do splines, which is also the same kinda, but the splines probably you can also do double y-axis. So let's say you have two lines that are from 0 to 100 as values, but here you have from 0 to 1 kilogram, right? So here 0 gram, or so basically you have double axis. So here you can do a line for grams or whatever, and here you can do a line for Celsius, let's say, right? But then this imposes to you, like, the fact that you are using high charts. You will need actually to have an object for each series. This is called a series, basically, right? So for each series you will have an object. The first thing that is in that object is its type, right? So the high charts impose to you that you have a type as a text, right, as a string, and also you have your data as an array of series or array of lines, right? The moment that you want to do something with this, let's say you want to now do a dotted line, right? There is something here like a style, right? And you can give it a style of dotted, right? But that style of dotted is only modular in the line and spline. So you can use it in line and you can use it in spline, right? The moment you go circle, let's say you want to do like another graph and it's not like this, or you want to do a time graph like this, and there is also a time graph like this under it, that starts from not an x-axis that only looks at time, but it can be different timestamps, let's say, or it can be anything, honestly. So these are called X ranges, or like time tables like this. So you want to dot a small timetable. Let's say you want to go here and dot it more, make it more colorful, or make this one red and this one blue, right? At that time you will be very limited. Why? Because you are forced to work with React, and React limits you actually, right? At this moment you will be like, okay, I need something. So you will end up doing is just go into the high charts object, right, and go in there and searching for its model functions, right? Model, let's say a dot, and let's say proto or something, I don't know what is it, I forgot. And then you will go here and introduce your new dotted, or you call it whatever you want. So for me, I can do X ranges dotted, right? And here you need actually to instead how the library do stuff and do your function wherever you want it to be done here. And then therefore this function will be actually for you available whenever you need it. But it's only yours function. You can actually go to high charts and give it to them, but I don't think they will accept your PR, right? But yeah, that's the point. I mean, I'm just giving a point here, and that means that you are really forced, right, by the framework. All right, now I am going back to read the comments. So Nez said hi. James also is answering all of them by his opinionated opinion on React. Yeah, you need also to understand the like basically the zeros of any language. So if we say JavaScript, right? All right, I will ask a questions, and people in the chat, I want you to answer yes or no. Okay. So the JavaScript, you need to understand, let's say the DOM, right? You tell me here, do you know what is DOM in JavaScript? It's not JavaScript, it's actually more of HTML, CSS, more like frameworky way, right? So this is kind of like when you open your browser, and it is the document object model here. Then you need to understand how the this keyword works. Anybody here knows how the this keyword in JavaScript works? And this itself is a very senior topic, kind of. Why? Because if you understand how it works, then you will be very powerful with JavaScript. This. Nice. So I will try to explain it in a bit, right? So in JavaScript, you can have a class, right? Hope that this is really really visible, right? Of person, right? The class always is like this. You open brackets, right? Sorry, I said brackets. You open curly braces. And sorry, my English is really bad today. So in these curly brackets here, I'll zoom out a bit, you need actually to define something. The first thing that you define is called the constructor, right? In the constructor itself, you define attributes. And let's say I have a son, basically, and that son for sure is a class of person. He's a person for sure. Then he has attributes. Let's say name is an attribute, right? Therefore, this dot name, right? This will refer always to the class of person or to that person that you initiated. So if I say here const and my son name is Noah, const Noah equal new person, right? I know that any method that I will create inside here, and I use the this dot name in it, it will be basically referring to his name as Noah, because here I also need to follow with this and do name equal Noah, right? Whatever. So kind of, and age as well, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So this keyword kind of like it always refers to the object that comes on the right of it. So if you say this dot name and you are talking about a person, and then this person dot speak, for example, he can speak because he's a person basically. This is a method. If this method inside uses the this keyword, you will always go to the left and say that this keyword will refer to the person, right? And how do you know that? Actually very easy, because you will go to that class of person and just with doing dot prototype, and this prototype is also another very big topic, you will find all the methods that are inside your class. So inside that class, there is a method, you will find it there, right? All these methods are prototypal functions, and prototypal functions usually use the this keyword, right? So at this point, you will say, okay, a person has a prototypal functions, but does my my new person or the initiation of that person actually has this prototype, so that Noah, as my son, basically dot speak can work, right? Surely it can work because he's actually from the proto of person. Therefore, if you do Noah dot prototype, what does this return? Anybody in the chat can tell me what does this return? Yeah, can extend can extend personal speak. Yeah. Yeah, true. Actually, Ken is right. Ken in the chat is an OG React guy, and he said, hey, you can remove the type of boolean. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing there, but it's fine to leave it anyway. Yeah. All right, so the proto here will be undefined. Why? Because any initiations that you do actually has something called underscore proto, and this underscore proto and then underscore is equal to the prototype of the class, right? So then that's it. So then you make sure that prototype and proto are two different things. Proto is like the object part, and prototype is like the class part, right? So yeah, we look at us. We go in like from high charts to to JavaScript this keyword. Yeah, I mean, I will try my best to kind of like share with you guys whatever I know, because this is kind of like, I feel like this is general knowledge anybody needs to know. All right. What is your software for drawing? It's called Excalibur. I will write it for you. I will just reply to your comment. Excalibur. Yeah. You can actually go to it. It's available for everybody on the chat and also on the web. Yeah. Nice. I mean, good questions, guys. Thank you, James, for actually being here and revolting on the chat with these kind of questions, because it is really important that people know this stuff. Also, for everybody who's new, please follow. I have also shared with you my Kick link as well. Just because on Kick I need some followers, so it would be really nice if you just follow me there as well. And you follow me also everywhere. You can search Async Stack on Twitch. You will find me live streaming there as well. Actually, at the moment, at this moment, exact moment, I am there. Anna said that would be great if I join earlier. I have nothing, no understanding of what's going on. Actually, we are just coding, and we are trying kind of like to understand what is JavaScript and what does JavaScript do. All right, you know what? I will explain to you more about this keyword and stuff like that. Maybe I'll try to do something stupid and maybe open the console here. So we're not gonna code on NeoVim today. We're gonna code on the Hella console, right? Hopefully you can see what I'm typing, right? You see, right? Hopefully, so just say true or boolean or whatever. All right, so what I was talking about, actually, if you do constant array equal, all right, you know what? Let's do it like this, equal empty array. I just want to show you the power of the console, right? The power of console, if you do array like this, it will return that because it's basically an empty array. But the thing is that this array, if you open it, you see this prototype that I was talking about? And this prototype is really where you need to actually dig into now. And all these prototype of functions are prototypes from the class of object, right? And this class of object will give them to the class of array, right? Because the same way that I did this, const array equal that, I can do const array 2 equal new array, which means that I am initiating a class of array. And basically, very good thing about the console here is that if you type array and you do this, I think it should show you what you can type. So if you put something, all right, it doesn't, but usually in VS Code it will yell at you, it will tell you, hey, I need the length, right? If I do array 2, I will say that this is an array of length of 2 empty numbers, or 2 empty members, not numbers. Yeah. So the thing is that this also will have the same prototype, right? So the thing is that coming to my head right now is saying, hey, does array.proto, which is the prototype as well, equal to array2.proto? I'm not sure what will happen now, if it will return true or not, but yes, it will return true, which means that actually we can go even further and say array.prototype, and it's false. I don't know why it's false, because probably this one needs some values or something like that. But yeah, these two should be equal to proto, unless these two has more attributes to them. Yeah, and one of the attributes is the name, and that's why probably it's false, right? So that's it. I mean, I just want to make it clear for this keyword, right? Hey, welcome B Studio. Wow, MV said, as a coder, would you recommend an M3 MacBook Air? Yeah, my wife has one. She codes with it. She installed Brew, she installed terminals, she does have everything there, and it works as a charm. Just get the 16 gigabytes one, that's it, just for you to not be able to be lost whenever you open Chrome and you have a lot of videos coming up, or done something like that. So latency won't be a problem. 16 gigabytes of RAM will be always good. Yeah, at least, right? If you want to get more, please get more, right? Yes, so what James is saying that, yeah, you can go to array dot let's do it ourselves. Actually, let's kind of like go into the array. You know what, let's go to that challenger. Let's go here, and we will do a new file. Oops, I did a mistake, I think. 1 second, let me just exit some stuff. I opened kind of very bad Linux commands. I clicked a lot of commands now, right? I hopped into like another word of all right, cool. So what I wanted actually to do is maybe create a new file here, and this we will call learning.js, let's say, right? And in this file we explain what we are trying to do. So let's say constant of array that is equal to 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, chat, I want to have the sum of this array. So what is the thing that I will use? Anyone knows something better? You have an accumulator. You probably do a reducer where you have an accumulator and a current, and here you will have accumulator plus current to return, right? Let's say actually you are sick of this and you don't want to have this as your function always whenever you want to use this array. So let's say you want actually to have something called array.sum. So our goal is to create a prototypal function to have sums created without a reduce function, right? And if you are actually wondering what is here, it's just that, right? So yeah, if it's not really clear, I think it is, right? It is clear. So behind me it is really clear. All right, we'll kind of like make it even better, where we will create our own function right now. So just to explain it to you in more details, we're going to into that prototype function, a prototype array kind of functions, and we are adding something new. Is called sum with double M. Okay, actually we can do just sum with one N, because I thought that it's reserved, but I don't think that it is reserved. So the thing is, here we can do like this, bang bang, and go there, and also just call node on that learn.js just to see what it returns, right? So now it returns 6, which is a sum, kind of. That's good. So I will kind of maybe come here and do this, and just do sum of the array and do that, just to be careful with what we are doing, and call that. Yeah, cool. So what we are going to do now is going to define that. How can we do that? We can go to array dot maybe prototype, right? And this array dot prototype will take a sum function, right? And make sure here to actually do a keyword of function. So basically we want kind of like to write the function like this, and not do it as an anonymous function, because that can be a problem where this keyword will be lost, kind of, right? So here we want this sum function to take nothing, and here I'm actually thinking about how it will access. Okay, we can do temp of array, right? And this one can be this dot, can be this keyword, which is the array itself, right? So that's the temp keyword. Yeah. So yeah, what I'm trying to do, actually, I'm going to copy the same thing here and just do it and just return it, kind of, just to make sure. It's bad for sure, because then you can use it, but what I'm trying to do here is just to make sure that this one will return that temp. Let me just do it like this, and also let's do this as a let, just to be sure that everything is cool. And yeah, it will use the reduce function to return the sum of it. So now we will just do console.log, and hopefully this works. Okay, you know what, I will copy the same here, sum of the array, or I will just call it prototypal sum. Okay, proto sum of array, and I will go array. Okay, one more thing that we need to do is just to take this one and throw it here, right? Because then the array needs to be created after whatever we did here. Why? Because JavaScript is is a bitch. It's kind of one directional function, or how do you call it? I forgot that word. There's a simple word for it. All right, so now as you see, the sum kind of is available for us. Hopefully that will work, and let's see, maybe it will work, maybe not. And it works. Proto sum of the array. Cool, that's it. Let's not go more than that in the spiral of JavaScript. Cool, I hope that that's understandable, and you guys understand now what is kind of the this keyword. The this keyword will always return to the one on the left, which is the array that I used it here. So basically here, array.sum, return the sum, which is the new function that we created for the array. Nice. I mean, now I can read the chat in peace. Linear. Yeah, linear, finicky, all. Yeah. All right, cool. My no-bass brain thought about doing a for loop, a for off, for each instead of reduce. I mean, yeah, BStudio, I think you're just on the junior to middle level. I think that's fine if you don't want to use anything else that reduce, but reduce seems to be the one of the best kind of. Yeah, now you have group by and stuff that also can get rid of the use of the reduce. Can you walk through a lead code problem? Yeah, Jimmy, we always do lead code problems, and we are doing them every day actually, which is really cool because we have, let me just show you something. Where is it? Yeah, here in the same. Look, these are all lead code problems that we did. You can look at them and let me think if you want us right now to solve one for you. That's good. All right, who else want to ask any question? And sometimes a better solution there can be overhead with chained functional programming, correct? Yeah. Hi Nez, hi there. I saw your hi before. We are not programming anything specific. We are just explaining what is JavaScript to some of the people in the chat. So are programming jobs very hard to find right now? Yes, because I myself struggle sometimes with finding client. And even though that I call myself a senior, the thing is that with programming jobs nowadays, it's kind of like a bit weird with what is happening with the market. Nobody wants to give you a job unless he knows that you will bring money as fast as possible. And that is kind of a bit weird because I see people now struggling with finding jobs because they are on the junior level, right? So I hope for the best that people kind of give the chance to juniors and for them to actually be able to do stuff in the future and even build their own portfolio and stuff. But for me, what I can tell you to do is kind of like to keep going as much as you can and not think about anybody and what they are saying. If you can reach out that middle level without even a job, that will be perfect, because then you can give the intention that you are a self-learner and anybody will be able to accept you at that point. A bit of lead coding is necessary, but not in every state. So basically, if you are just a starter, don't think about it. Just lead code 2 months before getting a job, right? Or 2 months before preparing to get a job. Yeah. Nice actually comments. For me, whoever created JavaScript must have had a lobotomy. Actually, this is a very good thing. Let's ask who is the founder, because JavaScript doesn't have an HQ. It doesn't have like a place where it's getting maintained. It maintains by people. That's why we like it, decentralized kind of Bitcoin way, not like Java. I think most of it is owned by some other companies that they are trying actually to update it and stuff like that. Same with Golang, for example, with Google and stuff like that. Same with Swift and Apple. So if a company owns something, it will just push you always to learn it because it wants all its developers to learn that language, kind of. Yeah. Nice. I mean, I hope that explains your question. All right. Yeah, it was made very fast, but who is responsible for JavaScript? I never think I asked these questions. So it was invented by Brendan Eich. I think he's German or not? No, maybe American. In 1995, it was developed for Netscape 2. Yeah, so it was made for Netscape 2 and became the ECMA 262 standard in 1997. After Netscape handed JavaScript over to ECMA, the Mozilla Foundation continued to develop JavaScript for the Firefox browser. So Firefox now is probably the one that is handling with its engineers. It's interesting. It's very interesting. But the thing is, who owns it? That's the problem. All right. So today, JavaScript is one of the most commonly used programming languages. Okay, let's read this article very quickly because I think that there is like good stuff for all of us to learn. It says that today JavaScript is one of the most commonly whatever, and it's maintained by ECMAScript, which is owned by Mozilla. But who controls ECMAScript? This is the funny part where we are trying to learn about something and then we don't know who controls it until we go up, and then it's Illuminati or something. Kind of like something like that. Yeah, the ECMA TC39 committee is responsible. So there is like a hidden group probably or something like that. It's very funny. Juicy asked, how do I code on SQL? I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do, and maybe if you are actually in terminal or in some IDE, you can give us more like inputs about that. Yeah, so James said use an SQL library and SQLite. That's also correct. I mean, if you do SQLite or SQL library, you will be able kind of like to work on it in kind of like an ORM way, relational management way, kind of, where it is you just create a model, let's say users, and then that from user you can select user.select.get or whatever. You can do a lot of stuff. So here, these are the TC39 process works. It feels like a cult who owns JavaScript. Nothing important honestly here, but some people are doing this and they are called the TC39 people, which is a bit kind of scary for me. Like, who are these people and why should we follow them or whatever they say? Hey, do you give private lessons? Could you use help with the university thesis? I do give private lessons. Sometimes I give them even to children. Some parents want their children to kind of like be good at some stuff like this, and I try to kind of make it very easy and accessible. So yeah, you can DM me and I can see if I can put you into a group or something and explain to you some of the stuff that you can help yourself with, and we can go from there. B Darmek said he's not a diesel tech only. Where to tell a friend to learn coding? I learned it through skidding until I took actual classes. So Nez, where are you studying and what are the classes that you took for JavaScript basically, or for whatever? And everybody who the chat, please like this live stream or whatever, so it becomes more accessible and a lot of people join. Also, we have some Discord channel that you can go to. And today my actually goal is to take you guys to Kick, because I also stream on Kick and I want you to follow me there, because I need around the 75 followers so I can start some stuff with them, because yeah, we need to monetize these channels as much as we want. Cool. Oh, Paulson TypeScript, probably this is the guy who made TypeScript, right? Do you think I could put a Raspberry Pi project under my projects and my resume? Roman, you can put anything you want into your resume. I mean, don't make it like filtered, right? Anything, really, and that will be really good, because it shows that you are more into embedded maybe, or something like that. CCW said, how long have you been coded? For 9 years now, probably, and it's really good. Yeah, I mean, I see that my progress is evolving and I'm trying kind of like to get as much as I can of JavaScript lately, and I started to even do some kind of like open source stuff, and that's when I felt really good. Yeah. 8 said, what should I write down? I mean, if you are answering because I told you to DM me, write anything. I will just write your question and I'll answer actually. Yeah. I will pin also the Discord comment because that's from B Studio. Or I will copy it actually, and I will pin myself, because I think I cannot pin everyone, which is weird. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, CCW said that he's learning Python, and that's really nice because Python gives you a lot of functions and prototypal stuff, not like JavaScript, from the start. And you can actually go into many paths. Maybe James in the chat can tell you which paths you can go to. One of them is data engineering, data science, a lot of stuff. Honestly, a lot. And when I mean a lot, it's too much. All right, Oswin asking about the theme. So basically, the theme that I'm using is a NeoVim theme. It's called Tokyo Night. And Tokyo Night also is available on VS Code if you are using VS Code. I'm using it also with some NeoVim plugins, right? So here we have Juju, who's a data engineer. Thanks for the input. He said he works with Spark SQL and PySpark all the time. That's amazing. Do you work with Databricks? I heard that it's very known lately on the world of data engineering and data science. But that's really cool. I mean, I'm really happy that we are having this diversity in the chat. Cool, guys. Nice. What else do we have? Yes, we are migrating to monorepo currently. Interesting. Discord link expired. Alright, let me create one of you. I thought that one is not expiring, but probably it's a mistake from mine. Let me just give you another one. Yeah, I see that it can be the case. Yeah, I'll invite someone and then copy the link from the invitation. I honestly have a problem with kinda what Discord is doing lately. They're having a lot of issues. A lot. When I mean a lot, it's too much. Weird. Generate a new link. When I try to generate a link, it doesn't generate as a it generates as a hidden, and then it tells me click a hidden button and there is nothing. Which is really funny. Alright, I'll try to generate one very fast right now. Yeah, cool. And then we continue with whatever we were talking about. I have a lot of emails, one after the other, and I don't know what is happening. Maybe something from work. Can you check on my repository of my team I'm in? Yeah, you can actually share the link in the chat, or maybe kind of, I don't know, maybe put it on Discord. Let me just, yeah, make sure to, I will invite you, right? 1 second. Hi. That's not a problem. Would be good if I find how can I share this damn link. All right. Cool. So now I have a new link for you guys, and then you can get invited, and this link should be good. All right, cool. Yeah, you can actually share with us on Discord the link for your repo, and then I will actually be able to look at it, right? And we can do even LinkedIn or like review. We do reviews sometimes here in the chat, or even in meme or stuff that we are trying to kind of like introduce as sections in the live stream, which is really cool because I feel like, yeah, we need to interact as much as possible and talk to the chat as much as we can. And what is arenas, and what are the most friendly stuff that you're talking about and fast? Arena collector, okay. I do see is beautiful, but what kind of languages, guys, do you use? All of you, let's just do the chat like that. Everybody just comments with his kind of programming language that he uses, but it depends, right? Jason came to the chat asking, are we coding, building something, or just doing algos? We were building something and then we hopped into this. Yeah, we hope to explain what are the prototype of function and this keyword. We kind of added like some functions for the arrays, because we know that in JavaScript we cannot do it. We do like the reduce here. But actually, good question. We are building something, and it's called the white noise app that we are on it since 2 weeks now. And it's really kind of cool because I can show you that. because everything you see here, all the repo, is filled with components now, and we are trying to add a backend now. Maybe we can do it today. Maybe we just introduce like a MongoDB function or whatever, but that requires some environment variables. I don't wanna show that in the chat or in the stream. Maybe we just build an Express server, and I will add that later and I will let you know. But yeah, why not? Actually, I will go up and I will introduce a server. Oops, I did a mistake. A server folder where I will show you. Actually, let me delete that. Maybe that's the mistake. I need to do slash and then to create that. All right, so maybe we'll go inside that server now and we create some Node.js Express 1 server that will work. Yeah. Hello Susie, one more time in the chat. That's nice. We are not building much actually, but right now we have some questions about what to write. All right. Yeah, how was the weekend? Was not much, to be honest. I felt sick 2 days ago. I stayed home. I did nothing. I also need a haircut. I didn't go to do that. So I kind of am waiting for tomorrow and how the day will be. Probably I will be on sick leave if I kind of feel better. For sure not, but it depends. Yeah, YBG said, I need to make an app soon, man. Maybe you give us the idea of the app that you want to build. I know how to write hello world in Malbolge. What's that? Does it count? Yeah, it counts. Any programming languages, it counts. Yeah, let's build backend. Okay, cool. This is actually a very cool thing to actually align on. So I won't be checking a lot actually the chat when I'm working, but I will try to put it somewhere that I can check it. All right, 1 second. I need to toggle or maybe hook it somewhere, but it doesn't work because I have this glaze WM kind of thingy. And the glaze WM is like kind of how you move with the keyboard between two screens and stuff, and it doesn't let you float anything. Everything should be in a section. So yeah, I mean, Susie said that my hair looks fine. I mean, it doesn't look good to me. Oh yeah, actually it's super long. I mean, I have it on top of my eyes, but just it's a bit oily now, so when I do this it just sticks. Which is very funny. It's like my hair has this kind of trait. It sticks to wherever I put it to. Sounds wrong to say it, but it does. Yeah, this is React Tailwind and Vite. All right, let's create that. So for me, actually what I will do is I will stop the server now, and I will do something really cool that I do with every project, which is kind of like maybe to split this, and we will have two of them. We will have the npm run dev here, right? And we will go down. This is for the front end, by the way. And for the back end, we will cd into that server and we will start to do stuff. So the first thing that I will do is npm init. I don't care about what to call it or whatever, but I will share with you some of the stuff that are cool. So now that we have our package.json here, probably we can do some scripting. I will need a pre-built kind of function. I will see inside that as well. I will do a building one, just like that. Just these are my usual commands basically. I will do a serve. And what else? And before the serve, I will do pre-serve, right? Pre-serve. Yeah, seems cool. Now you will be asking me, what the hell is this guy doing? You will get it. It will be really nice. A lot of things that we will do here is just to npm install everything. We will install concurrently. We'll install rimref, and I will explain to you why. We'll start Express. We will start morging at types / nodes, I think. At types / express. What else should we install? That should be fine. All right, let's do that first, and then I will show you what we mean by all of that and what we are going to do. Sure, it will it will look a bit crazy what we are going to do right now, but believe me, it's not. It's just one of the things that I do every day in my daily job to make my life easier, right? So actually this is getting built again, so let me just go here and here to see what we added. So these are the packages that we added. We still need TypeScript, but I think TypeScript, we need to do an npx TypeScript in it. I think I forgot how about that. TypeScript init or dash init, something like that. Ooh, it doesn't work. Ooh, it doesn't work. Actually, I forgot about that part. npx type tsc, sorry. Yeah, npx tsc dash init. Yeah, so what does happen there is that we are creating our ts config, which will look just like this. Too much lines to check, right? But they are good. Actually, we can go line by line and explain them. I will read some of the comments now. 8 said, do you want likes? Sure. When you like this actually live stream, it goes up and then a lot of people join, so that would be really great to have that. But yeah, don't have to do it if you don't want to. Just we'll be happy with that. Also, our goal is to reach 6k followers, and our big goal is to reach 10k followers. So why 10k followers? Because we are trying our best to reach out as many people as possible, and we are going to live stream every day. So if you are here for the first time, actually I'm going to show you how I build apps every day, kind of, until the end of the year, and then hopefully we reach a good number by the end of the year. I'm really happy with whatever number, but I will be also happy with seeing everyone converts and everybody talks in the chat, and being able to kind of share their thoughts about everything, right? Let me see if actually I have the Discord link still there. So please, one of the mods, yeah, I have it. I will pin it now, but maybe one of the mods keep pinning it there so people can also join our Discord and talk about JavaScript more. That's cool. All right, now let's continue. Oh, come on. I didn't thought that I will actually report anyone. I'll mute one. Cool. So now we move on and we continue with one of the questions. So Jason asked, can someone explain to me how I convert an app from CGS to ESM? Do you mean the ESM model, or what exactly? Can you elaborate here, because I am on the dark, right? Yeah, so he wants probably to do the common GS to ES model, which is ESLint new model, I think. Or the tree shakeable ES model, that's what we call. Yeah, Naz, you can shoot whatever message you want on Discord. I'm always available there and I will answer all the questions. Also, we have a really good chat and we try to even play video games together whenever we are free, right? So what I'm looking for here is the audio folder. So for the audio folder, we need actually to kind of uncomment it, and we put here this audio to be dist, right? So we want our audio folder to be this dist folder for the distribution or whatever. And also we need to find another one, which I actually forgot, but probably the root dir. Now the base URL and the root dir. So this one will be probably the source folder, right? And for the paths, we can do the paths later, to be honest. But what you can do is just, you can do like this, and you say that will be our kind of source folder /source. But this won't work actually, just because we need kind of like a modular, let's say a modular path reader in our package.json later to do actually. So you can ignore it. I don't know why it doesn't want to get commented. All right, so our source will be our base URL. What else can we do? Probably we change something else here. What else? What to include and disinclude? Maybe you can go here and say include probably, but I'm not sure about that one. If it still exists actually. I think, yeah, it does. Nice. So this one, I'll just go z top so you see what I'm trying to do. And here you just include all the files that are TSC part, and you can do this like that. And then source, and then that dot ts or whatever, anything inside source, right? Or we just comment that as well until I make sure, because I honestly don't know much about the TSV configs. One of the things that I can tell you is that everything right now, as we initialize it, for example, no implicitly any, that makes sure that you don't have any type in your project, which is really handy when you go step by step. Cool. I think we are ready now to start with the backend part. Here, for example, you can allow some JS, but I won't allow that. What else can I do? Seems like that's it. I don't need anything else. I'm just scanning over the whole file. And right now I'm going to be in the package.json and continue with this. And why I installed rimref, because I actually want to do this, kind of like every time that I create something or I change something in my app, I will just go here and delete the dist kind of, and then I will go and say, hey, I want actually this to be running via concurrently, so I will do rimref that, and the concurrently works like this. You just put that and put this for escape basically, and I'm not sure if does it escape before or after. I forgot this part. I think before. Yeah, that's how you escape. You copy this one and you put it at the end kind of here, right? And then you just go and and do it again twice. Yeah, and here you probably will do a tsc watch just to watch over your files again, right? Build, you just do npm run prebuild, which is what we wanted there. And probably here in the pre-serve as well, we need to, you know what, I will call this one build just for the sake of it. And here I will call something the start, and this start will do something else. This start will be kind of like what you will do at the end when you serve the app basically, right? This probably will be like node run or something like that. So node slash will be dist server or something like that, app.js or something, right? Because then we will create a JS file anyhow. Let me read your comments. Are you into that scammer dude that went viral? Am I a scammer now? I don't know. Yeah, this is very funny, these comments, man. My app has ESM syntax, but apparently runs using CGS. To be honest, I'm not too familiar with model structure. Yeah. Do you have a TypeScript file in there? Maybe we can check it, because that seems like a definition part problem. Cav said, async, I need help. I need custom UI for my launcher. Maybe you can share with us the Git repo. We'll take a look. Fatu asked how to create an app like Shine. Wow, this kind of apps are really big, honestly. Like, they need a very good CMS. They need kind of like very good integration, and it's kind of like very much a steep learning curve to build something like that. But you can check how to build shops online using Next.js. Next.js seems good because it has the SEO part to it, and the SEO part will help you a lot because it's really nice, and it makes sense for you to use it because also it's has like the SSR part of it, which is the server-side rendering part, which is also very amazing for you to actually be able to build apps that are available for the web, and you are selling something over there. That would be epic. Cool. So now I'm trying to actually find an example for what we are doing, because then I can share with you a very good example of what we are doing right now for a server file. All right, but first of all, let's finish up with this. Anybody in the chat actually not understanding what we are doing? Maybe you can tell us and we will help you. All right, that would be good. All right. What is the purpose of JSON? I mean, the purpose here is just the fact that we are running some commands, and this package.json will hold kind of like the definition for certain files in your app and certain commands, and also certain structure, because you can also introduce something there that help you out with your app. All right, Twig, I will check Discord, why not? Actually, I'll check it right now. That will be helpful. Yeah, in the chat. So Twig asked, when you have time, please get... All right, so he has a problem with the sign-in function, I suppose, or a fetch something from Mongo. All right, I will be able to help you probably, but let's hop into this maybe later. Yeah, that would be awesome. Cool. And hi everyone, thanks for being there in Discord. Yeah, on Discord we are basically chatting about whatever you are building and also whatever I'm building. I'll also hook you up again with the Discord link here, so you can guys go there and be able to see it, to see the stuff that we're talking about, and also to discuss code. Is it too late to start coding at 36? Poseidon asked. Not really. Poseidon, I mean, I can help you out a lot with defining what you want to do. Maybe DM me, I will show you some good links that you start to actually make you start faster. But overall, you don't have to worry much about your age or whatever, because honestly, a lot of developers started at a very young age, and also a lot of developers started at a very late age. And I had a junior developer with me who was 48 years old, and now he's a senior at 56, I think, years old. Very sad enough, in in Germany we retire at 67 basically, and he still have some years to go. At least 11 more years to work. All right, when you have time. Yeah, when I have time I will check everything, Twig, so thank you for sharing. Yeah. Oh, same in the Netherlands. Nice. I didn't know. I thought this was kind of like a German thing, right? But it seems not. Really amazing. So now everybody has to live forever to actually be able to pay his taxes in Germany. I mean, everybody is sad about it, but I don't think that if you are a coder, you will be actually doing this for like 60 years. But that's not the case. I mean, you will start basically working at 25, let's say, and after 20 years, 30 years, you already paid your mortgages and you have some money on the side and you can just retire. But overall, it's really a good thing to be doing, right? Okay, so I actually made a mistake here. Probably we can use concurrently for the serve part, which is probably better, because we are going to always do an npm run build for that. I actually think that we can do it like this. npx tsc watch, so it washes for everything, and then we will install nodemon for the part where it will look into your dist slash what we did call it actually, dist slash server slash app.js. That will be the serve part, and the pre-serve will be always, so this is a serve one. Let's delete this one, and let's delete also this one. The pre-serve will be always npm run build, right? Because it just does this part. And also we can actually get rid of this and do remref that dist. What else can we do? And then we can do it like this, because this exists on both Linux and Windows, I think. So the end operator means delete that, and then please do npx tsc. Anybody knows why we are doing npx tsc and not npm tsc? Anybody in the chat knows that? Knifey asked, do you know amplify? I don't actually, but what is that? Maybe you can elaborate in the chat and ask us, yeah, and tell us actually what's that. You know anything about Python? I know a bit actually, yeah. What is this code? We are just preparing now our backend, so I just showing them some of the commands that we're going to do. Yeah, there's a bracket missing somewhere, really? I will check that, Brian, thank you. All right, I will show you what's the JSON run. Just stick with us for a second, right? Just stick with us and I will show you everything. So here, I'm actually doing something wrong, I feel like. Okay, so this here, probably because we will have a source as out there, so this should be like that. And let's not use server option. I'll just do like that. I will call this server. That will be better. So inside the disk there will be always a source and there will be always a server file, and this one should be concurrently to npx tsc watch, and then it will be deleting the disk because we did that already. All right, so should be a start and a pre-start one. So okay, so I will do a pre-start one just for fun, so we can run this on the server. Pre-start, it will be always npm run build. Very fun, very cool. And for the start, I will yank this and change this to start. Go here and do something funny, which is basically, instead of using nodemon, we will just do node, kind of this same, but we will do node. Here you go. Seems like we did it. So basically this is it. User imref. There is some stuff missing. Morgan, I need types Morgan, I think. npm install add types /Morgan. That's perfect. npm install, let's see. Should we install TypeScript as a depend? I'm not sure actually. Should we install TypeScript as dev dependency? We should, right? Yeah, it should be a dev dependency, and also we need to install TypeScript as a dev dependency just to be secure, and also add an npm install. But we have node, right? Node as just a package, kind of, yeah, because we have add types node, right? I supposedly have that. Where is TypeScript? Let me just go back and go back again. Yeah, so here you go. TypeScript is there, node is there, express is there, concurrently is there, remref is there. Remref should be dependency, and what else? That's it. I mean, yeah, probably we need .env for this as well. .env should be, yeah, .env, and that's it. And then we do ESLint, basically. It's actually a package. It cannot be a package, and it can be a package. We don't know where our VPS is, and we don't know if it will be used or not, kind of. So we put it there. I will do something else actually. I'll do npm install module aliases, and also I'll do install, what else should I do here? I'm not sure. .env. Cool. Now I feel like we are complete, and let's see if we can read that correctly, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just create like a simple .env file, and on this .env file I'll just put port 3000. Wait a second, on front end it doesn't use port 3000, so we are clear. And then I will go into this and I'll create server.ts, sorry, because now we are using TypeScript. and see for ourselves if this will import Express correctly. So I need Express from Express. Why do I'm doing it like this? Import, auto import, yeah. And this is wrong because also that's the type, but we have also Express to be installed like that. So we can do const app equal Express just like this, right? And then app.use or app.port, or I actually forgot everything about this. Here we will do the route, but app.listen, yeah, and we will listen for port, and then we do anonymous function that doesn't work already, and this will be console log listening. Okay, let's do it like this: listening on port basically. And for us, just to be correct about this, so const port should be process.inf.port. Otherwise we will give it 5000. So basically here we'll know that we are reading the inf correctly or not, and import .inf. I think that I actually have it /config, or maybe I'm wrong doing it like that. I need .inf to be like this, and then config. Yeah, correct. So we are good. Yeah, nice. I mean, this seems like a Express server. That's it. We don't need actually more. Inspected console statement. So this is because it's reading like as we did the problem with ESLint, but I think we need also to npx our ESLint, right? Jesus, like how many things we have to do. px ESLint init. Nice. So we just say here check syntax and find problems, import. We are doing JavaScript models, none of these because we are in server. Yeah, and using TypeScript, Node. Yeah, we need to install everything, and I will use npm. So that's cool. It's npx ESLint init. Everything you need to initialize with npx basically. Cool. So now we have our ESLint file. Oh, by the way, I forgot something. So here, if you jump to P and do Express, that's a type, so then you don't have any problems. For this one, you can just do ESLint disable next line or something like that, just to make sure that it doesn't yell at you, right? Cool. All right, I'm reading the comments now. Hey, on the cheat, hello. Desktop tutorials, so to speak. Nice. Is it possible to become full stack web dev 8 months with 4 to 6 hours a day? That's how I became one. So I actually pulled it like that, 4 to 6 hours per day, full concentrations for like 1 year. But in the first 6 months, I'm already like a junior level. I was like really good. So the thing is, it depends on your pace as well, and it depends on your understanding. Each one is different. So yeah, do it your way, right? Benji Flow said, average time to learn. As I think what I answer right now seems like to be the normal average, but it is different from person to person. I think give yourself 1 year and it will be good for you to learn stuff. Hack Angel said, hey man, hey bro, hey everyone in chat, hey first timers, I'm really happy. No course issues. Yeah, for now we didn't install course yet, we don't need it, but probably later we will do. Should course also have its types? I'm not sure, let's check later. Yeah, so Gucci Boy asked, this is a very good question. You guys always ask about it. Let me just show you. This is the roadmap that we always talk about. Okay, so this is a website that I will just paste in the chat right now, and it shows basically what you need to learn and how you learn stuff, right? You click there and you go basically by section for what you need to learn, basically enough. And front end itself here, does. I will pin it, by the way, so you can also see it on top. It has everything that I learned to become a front-end developer. Sorry for that. I'll just shut it down. So it will just show you everything that you have to become like front-end developer. And for example, here to learn version control systems for Git, so it helps you later on to understand how Git works, kind of like that. And I said this a million times in this chat, and I like every day I keep up and I do it again and again, because I know that there is a newcomers always. So please check that website. That will be really good. And also follow us on Discord, because on Discord we are really sharing a lot of knowledge about this, and also we are from time to time discussing other person's project and saying like how to correct it stuff, and how to implement stuff correctly, how to maybe build stuff correctly, and so on and so forth. I saw also another questions about Open Canary. I didn't work with it actually. I hope I did. I wish. Yeah, as a front-end developer, you don't have actually to work with everything. It just depends on the stack that you're using at work. So my stack at work is more like Mern stack. Yeah, that's it. I honestly don't see that I need to learn anything else. Yeah, this tool that I'm showing right now, yeah, it is free. I mean, you just go to roadmap.sh and you will find everything that you need to know actually. Yeah. Yeah, it is free, Carlos. Yeah. Yeah, so someone said what is a malloc, and another guy actually answered, so I'm happy that you guys are commenting that. All right, cool. So I won't talk about this more. I will just continue with my project to show you how the magic works here. So the thing is that we will do now, we will try to actually npm run serve, see what will happen. So you see here what will happen is just we are running node mod, and kind of we have an issue. Maybe it will just compiling. It compiles without any issues, and let's see that again in another one. So it does build and then remraf and then found nothing. And if I check, I'm not sure if it's running now. Localhost 3000, maybe something should be pop in my screen. Not yet actually. Seems like we have an error somewhere, but let me just start in compilation and watch mode, and then found 0 errors. Yeah, because we don't have any use for anything, right? We don't have routes basically, which is correct. So we need to do that, but at least we know that we are actually doing things correctly and there is no errors, which is cool. So here we need to kind of like app.use, and this is how you build a route kind of. You do like slash, and this is kind of also your get request for your slash version. And here I will use something probably not all of you know, which is the callback function to actually return a response. You can say, hey, I need a request and a response. This one is of type response, and this type of response actually exists as available in Express, but I'm trying to actually find the correct response. Yeah, this is the one. And then there is also a request here, which is also variable from an interface from Express. Yeah, so that, as you see, it's there updated correctly. And then here you can just do res.json, and now we need to correct that as well with return like a simple JSON like hi, and then, or you can do hello, and the string would be word kind of. Yeah, this kind of like how TypeScript will work with returning these kind of routes. But we need actually to make this app uses something to make sure to return JSON, or also to read some real encoders. So here you can do app.use, and you can say, I don't know how, I think router stuff. We need some router functions, but I'm not sure at this point. Let me check that, because I honestly don't know much about backend that I keep them in my head. But I think we need kind of yeah, I think something like a router, but in Express itself, okay, I got it. I remember now. Express.json for using JSON, and also app needs to use the Express encoded part, URL encoded, and you just put here extended equal to true. That's all you need, and therefore your app will be able to read JSON, kind of. Yeah, so here I have a router for some reason that came up out of nowhere, so I'll delete that and see what will happen now. So yeah, yeah, so Express will return that encoder automatically. Cool. Let's see if that will work. Actually, it should work. Let me just go back and run the app one more time. Yeah, so 0 errors. That's cool. Yeah, probably there is one more thing that we need to do, which is to make sure that the port is read correctly, because here I feel like our app.listen is not correct. Or is it? Anybody notice any problem? I don't think that we have any problem at this point. Yeah, we are correct with everything actually, which is really good. Yeah, maybe because we installed Morgan, if you remember, we can do app.use Morgan, and we come here and we just say dev. That moment we just saying that if you actually use anything, like call any routes, we will get it for you, basically. Cool. So that's it. This is how you build the backend, kind of. And each time you call this npm run serve, it will just run the whole thing and then return to you that you are actually compiled, and you will have no issues, and you will keep watching for your files, right? That's it. Any questions? Maybe you guys have a question. Request, for sure here request is not going to actually be read, but also you can do something very cool, which is status of 200. You just make sure that this returns a status of 200, and that status will be read in the network tab, and also will be read each time you visit that. I think if I visit now that, what did I specify the port for? I think let me just check. Is it 5000 or 3000? I think it should be 5000 or 3000. I'm not sure. Should be 3000. Yeah, because it's in our environment variables. Nice. Do rimref globe. Okay, so the guys are just throwing jokes now in the chat. That's nice. Yeah. So what we are trying to do here is just to use this node backend, and we are also having a front end here. So in the future for the front end, we'll go here in the package.json. We don't have concurrently installed here, but we will use concurrently, and we will prepare it just right now. So it will be kind of like what we did in the back. We serve with concurrently the npx watch. In this case, we will serve the backend, which is npm run serve, and then or npm run start, and then basically we will go and do vit, right? And as you see here in the server, it runs perfectly. There is a mistake though. The outdir server here needs to be inside something called source, so that's why it's not read correctly probably, but our compilation is happening correct. So we need this folder to make. Okay, I know our problem. In our tsconfig, the outdir should be the base URL, then should be this, or the outdir server root dir. Okay, I know what is the problem. So the root dir needs to be uncommented, and then therefore it says, hey, yeah, then therefore as you see here, the tsc watch captured that. So right now if I run again this, it will show our correction. Yeah, and then in this folder we'll have only that server.js. Okay, let us then correct our package.json. So this, and then source, and then server.js, correct? That's how we serve. And we npx tsc watch, and this is using nodemon. Did I install nodemon? It would be very funny that I didn't. Yeah, that's why it's not actually showing that console log at all. Let me just do that. npm install -d and nodemon. I did actually install nodemon, right? Where is it? It should be in dev dependencies. Now it is there. Okay, so then npm run serve. I should see my console log. Yeah, so now I see my console log. See, listen on port 3000. Cool. And why I actually put the 3000 different from here, because if it wasn't reading the port from the config, which is 3000, you could put 5000, and then I know that something is wrong. Nice. So I will read your comments now. Please share this live stream and like as much as you can. Also type any comment right now, and I will, or any thing in the chat, and I will read it. All right, so that would be good. Also I am streaming on Twitch, on Kick, on everywhere, on YouTube as well, so you can write async stack and you will find me there, and for that you will see also my full screen if you want. Yeah, because now on TikTok you just see it like this, which is kind of cool as well, not bad, right? Will AI steal our jobs? Chronicle said, will AI steal our jobs? I think not. I think AI made me today build like a full page super fast, especially with CSS, but it will not take my job as I reason better, I think. I'm kidding, I don't reason better, but I can talk to the client with good inputs and outputs, and I can do some human stuff that it cannot do it. Yeah. All right, cool. So I see a lot of followers. Thank you a lot. And also we are trying to reach 10k followers, so it would be really I would be really glad if we do that. I don't know how much we have now. Let me check. It would be funny to be actually around this 7k or 6k now already, but I see, whoa, there is a lot. We are nearly 6k, so we still have 175 to go 6k, which is really amazing. Thank you a lot, guys. That's really amazing. Perfect, actually. I also like try TikTok like live stream a lot right now, like for the last 14 days, and the only way that I can have more followers is by these live streams. And I think at some point, if we just live stream every day, it will become really successful, and it will go really high. Nice. Cool. One man said, I will go and I will be glad to learn more from you. I will be glad also to share more here. I'll be really glad with that. You think learning Linux is a good start for finding a job? Yeah, this is another user who asked. Yeah, it is, because honestly Linux is very I don't know, it's really machine friendly, even though in the beginning it sounds like a bit bad to use it because you're used to your Windows and Mac OS or wherever. But honestly, use it for the sake of development and learn how to develop, because it will show you a lot of cool stuff, right? And for me, I'll share my screen and show you what I will learn. If I were you, I will start with, for sure, the HTML part, the CSS part, and the JS part. And then I will create like a parallel universe for me, because I know these two will take me, let's say, to learn, like, I don't know, like APIs, backend, frontend, and choose whatever I want to do here. But in another world, I will learn Linux, right? A bit of DevOps. Like, let's say you don't want to become like a DevOps guys. You need to learn Git Actions, let's say, GitHub Actions, right? GitHub Actions are really cool. They help you a lot to understand how to deploy apps. Also, you do PM2 for deployment. Let's say PM2 is also very honestly easy to deploy your apps via GitHub Actions. You type status or start or stop, and then the ID 01, like the ID of the app, right? Which is really cool because it helps so much for you to understand and to be actually free to do other stuff, and also understand a bit about the sudo command, package managers, packages, how to install them, install brew for example for certain packages, understand the opt also, which is by default there, and also continue with your path for backend and frontend. And for path we always talk about this kind of stuff that I shared already, right? And you pick a framework kind of and you move on. That's it. You don't complicate it. Make it easy, man. Like, make it as easy as possible for you. Yeah. Chuck said that Tailwind is goated. Yeah, Tailwind is super easy, man. It's like very good. Stop using ESLint and Prettier and please start using Biome.js. I don't know what is that, but I will check it. Video game developer asked, is he locked in or is this pre-recorded? No, I'm live. I'm not pre-recorded. Also see that you are using .env. If you use Node 20 or higher, you don't need that dependencies anymore. Really? Oh yeah, the process.env will be read automatically. Oh yeah, you're correct. Do you think about stability when doing projects? Yeah, I do. And scalability also. I'm thinking about it because we are building a really big app and I don't know how scalable it will be at some point. Yeah. What are you writing with? I'm writing with NeoVim. It's a text editor that I made into my IDE. I have my configuration in GitHub. I can share with you that. It's here. You go here and then you go to repos. So anybody who wants to know who am I or follow me or wherever, you can go here. Ayman Sakoy is my name. Also I have some links. But also you can find all my stuff in my NeoVim setup. I have kind of fish configuration for my terminal and Microsoft PowerShell configuration for PowerShell, and also I have Tmux and my configuration for NeoVim just here. Very bad enough I should call this .env or .files, but I called it my NeoVim setup and I kept adding like some of the stuff. We did a lot of good stuff actually together with the chat. If I go here and I stop this and I just go up, for example, I will exit this one. No, I will exit this one. If I do ls now, you see that we have this kind of icons, right? Which is really cool, really amazing to have. Yeah, and then if I want, for example, to just clear and do ISA, which is what I'm doing right now, that's the ISA package that I'm using, and I programmed LH to show only the hidden files, ls to show all files, and ll to show certain files and directories first. What else did I do? ld maybe for directories. You see, it's like kind of helpful to just see what you want to see, kind of. And the application actually is not only the backend server, it's also this whole thing. And now actually we need kind of to install concurrently and run the server with the front end. But for us, it doesn't matter now. Yeah, this is what I'm using for the front end. You can read the package.json and let me know if you have a question. Cool. Nice. Let me read more comments. Yeah, Chuck said Docker, eventually Kubernetes at scale. I'm not sure what you're talking about here, but I get your point. We're talking still about the scalability and stuff. What app do you use to stream this and be able to draw? I use Excalidraw to draw, which is very good. And I use also OBS for streaming. PH said, Express, I really want to learn this. Yeah, you can start learning as soon as possible. Yarko said, what do you think of the future of PWA apps? I mean, it's just an open topic. I really don't want to start at that point, but yeah, all apps with AI, and everybody's asking about AI and stuff. Don't please go into that spiral about AI taking your jobs and stuff like that. Just help yourself with understanding how AI will work for you and will make you faster, and move on. That's it. Why should we answer questions that we don't need to answer and fear things that we don't need to fear? It's just kind of waste of time for me. Okay, now I see that WHO asked, I'm a beginner at JavaScript, how can I learn it? Man, like, JavaScript is very easy to learn. It's just the fact that you understand how it works, right? And for us right now, we are learning sometimes how JavaScript work via some challenges that we're doing, and I'll show you that. We have this like repo. I called it Streambase, and in the Streambase repo we go and we do some new stuff. So basically, if we go back here and I go to Streambase, I think I updated it not so long ago. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. We have challenges that we understand how things work and how we lead code. So these are the challenges, kind of like we have an MD file made by one of the chatters, and this is like a challenge.js. So for example, here we fixed the search input lead code question. We did like minimum step lead code question. All these are from leadcode.com. This is a really interesting one. Actually, this is not my solution. This is one of the PRs done by one of the chatters. So the chat actually come in and help me out doing this. And by the way, our backend is working, so congrats. We just need later to kind of like create some controllers and some API functions and maybe connect some database. But for now, it's really I feel like it's really good to just now switch our focus to maybe answer the questions, do a QA session, and take care of the chat. Cool. So now I'll try to answer as many questions from you guys again. Who on YouTube can I watch? There is a lot on YouTube. One of them that I really like is called Net Ninja, the Net Ninja, like this. And he really have like numbered videos. I think there is like Academind, also another very known guy whose name I forgot, but Academind is his company that he has a lot of projects that he can help with, but his hour long projects are very lengthy. Like, you can sit for 60 hours to learn something, but that's wrong for me. It's just that if you actually learn slowly, go with that. If not, go with the Net Ninja or anybody on the internet that teach you stuff like in 4 hours. Otherwise, there is front-end masters. They are really good, and you can learn from them a lot, because front-end masters can have like courses for Vim, courses for front-end like React, courses for everything literally, and all these courses are very short and on point. Yeah. DBZ said, I saw your new Vim config, looks very similar to Hossein config. Did you use his? Yes, actually Hossein has a lot of stuff that I took it from him, and he's really good with it. I only added the part where I use my own hotkeys, and because I use a keyboard like this one, like the Kinesis, like this one, I have two of them actually, not two, but it's splitted in two. So this is really a cool keyboard that you have to code with, and it's kind of crazy how it makes like his configuration hotkeys are not really optimal for me, so I had to change a lot. I honestly, okay, so who asked what are you coding? We are coding like a note and white noise app. I can show you the app actually. You know what, let's connect the backend to the front end. That would be nice. So I need to do npm run dev to actually run the front end, but as you see, the front end doesn't run the back end at all. So I need for them both to run at the same time. So I can do npm run dev, and then I can do end sign, and then I can do npm run serve for server. But I will install concurrently like this. Yeah. So I can do it with one command. So here for dev, I will do vite, but before the vite, I will call concurrently. I always write it wrong though. And then I need to skip characters like this. And then I need to do it again. So I will just select it and paste it again. And then I will go npm run, or not that actually, I will go cd. Or you know what? npm run start, or you know what is actually even easier? I'll go node server / dist folder. So I always will read from the dist folder, and I will leave the source and server.js, because that server.js will keep updating anyhow. So whenever I do this, I know exactly that I am doing it correctly. And then for the vite part, I think I need to skip the vite as well. I'm not sure, honestly, at this point. I'm clueless, kind of. But let me see, because I see that our package.json is getting updated and it doesn't want us to. Do you really want to rewrite this? No. Continue. Okay, so we need to save this wherever. So concurrently is not there, I think. Concurrently, yeah, so it's only there. I need to install it again. What a mess. So now it is there, should be, yeah. So it's in this line. We can honk it later, but now let's see if we do npm run dev, if the backend actually will run. Okay, it's running, but there's something wrong with it. I mean, it's on port 5000. Yeah, I know why, but it's fine. I mean, should be not, but let me try. I think it's not port 3000 anymore. I should check port 5000 to see that it is actually working. Yeah, it is working. So I'll show you what I'm doing. So this is the backend kind of working, and then the other front end is working on its port, and this is the front end kind of. Yeah, so we have white noises. We did this kind of like thingy to search for fire, for example. If we take it off, we have a very good actually search option. L for leaves and lunchtime. Yeah, so these are white noises that we can run to actually listen to some white noises. At the same time, we have a timer that we can start, reset, break as well. We have services, that is just an empty one. We have we have a contact page now that I didn't do, but we did it with Yup and Formic. By the way, this is my email, but whatever. I'll just test with another email right now. And then we write a message, and then when we send, it should just show this like alert on top. Just cool, right? Okay, I think I know the problem why it didn't read that 3000. I think the environment variable need to be accessible also by the front end, so the .env kind of thingy. But I don't know. For now, it's not a problem. We can keep it as is. Yeah, we can keep it as is, and then we will move forward with this once we are more having like backend stuff happening. But now, yeah, in the backend we have this package.json that is really cool. You can read it on top, and let me know if you have any questions. Cool. Yeah, I built all that. I built it from scratch. And I can show you actually how I built it. So basically, here we have the debouncer part. Last time we did the form part in context, so we did 10 stack router, and in the 10 stack router part, we have like routes here, and then we have contact. So as you see me here, I'm console logging some values, which is wrong. I will delete this part. And this is using Zod and Zod adapter, kind of Zod formic adapter, and we have a formic part where we actually have a validation here, and the validation scheme and stuff like that, I store them into something called scheme somewhere. Yeah, schemas here. This is our schema, and also we infer the types for that schema, which is really cool. Looks good. And then we export that schema, and we use it basically. And actually, why I'm going like that, we use it here. Yeah, cool. I mean, yeah, I wrote all of that. Look at me, right? I wrote it over the weekend, and also I did some stuff last Christmas. Alright, let me just read Chuck's stuff. Sorry guys, I'm not reading everything because a lot of comments everywhere and I cannot keep up sometimes, but I will go right now and read everything. Alright, so let's start up a bit. What is the best way to learn software engineering with no degree? Roadmap.sh. Go there and start from there. Good take, it's fear. Okay, AI killed needing to know regex, if anything. Lol. Yeah, regex I don't use it anymore because of AI. Perfect, actually. Yeah, unfortunately that's a good way to start for landing a job, but it's stupid that it's required. Yeah, I agree with you there. I'm trying to build a simple beach app. I have an idea what I want to look like, but you don't know how it works, how to build. Well, DM me if you have any questions, maybe I can answer it. We have someone asked, I think I will try to read it in French. Désiré asked, how can I code the design and put it onto CAD software? What is CAD? AutoCAD, maybe CAD? What is CAD or CAD software? Maybe you can elaborate on that so I can answer your questions. Been a React dev for 6 years since. Wow, Chuck, you were React dev just because front-end masters? And I'm also with you, like 6 years will be my experience with React as well. Do you know of any ways to pre-wire projects with a few commands? Yeah, what I'm doing right now actually is pre-wiring some stuff. Is it free? Front-end masters is not free. Vite is the most common answer to that. Create React app was the standard for a while. Yeah, Create React app use some transpilers from Webpack. Webpack is slower. We have Vite now, which is very hardcore, like also on drugs basically. And oh, sorry, I forgot that if I use like a word like that, later TikTok will be very bad with me. But yeah, it's like on steroids, kinda. Does it make the Vim experience better? I mean the keyboard. Yeah, it does. It does. Can I have changed since? Yeah, it's a few bucks, but I think if you are working, they will pay for it. Ishan said, go outside, bro. Yeah, I touched grass today, so I'm not worried. Do you recommend a structure path to follow in order to create a web app project from my resume? Yeah, I also tell you again right now to go to roadmap.sh. That will help you. Did you build all of that? Yes, Lee. Bro, have you experienced testing? May I know what your strategy when it comes for testing? Israel asked that. A good question. I think I will go with vtest and vtest UI, right? And we will do the testing part here together, all together in the chat. What IDE is this? Actually, this is new Vim configuration. A new Vim is a text editor that I turned into my IDE. How did you start? I started with 2016 with basically learning JavaScript, and then I branched out from there. Honestly, JavaScript is very good language for web apps, right? Now I will start reading from the bottom to top, so that will be even better for you guys to understand what I'm saying, and also to follow up on the latest comments. What is this? This is a white noise app that we're building. Is Drizzle a good replacement for Prisma? Yes, it is, especially that it runs smoothly locally, so I really love it. Yeah. This is PHP. Note, what is your advice when it comes to code organization? Organization is really good. I mean, so structuring folders and stuff is really good when it comes to, if you understand the MVC, kind of the model view controller part. Once you understand what is MVC, the separation of concern, reading like the solid principles and stuff like that, you will start to have it in your head. And there is no structure that you need to follow. Just follow your guts and follow what you see separated correctly via the concerns that I talked about. Hi everyone, thank you a lot for being here, guys. And if you want me to answer more of your questions, and even though if I didn't read your comment, you can make sure to visit our Discord channel, because on Discord we are really too many there, and we ask so many questions there as well, and we answer all of them. I'll try to share with you my Discord again right now, and yeah, that would be awesome to see you there, guys. Let me just share it. Let me look for it first. The link, I didn't find it, but I will pin it. Basically, I will pin the Discord here. We have a community. We even play video games, by the way. I wanted to play video games with you guys, so if you have any game that you're in mind, and we can play it on the weekend or wherever, I would be really happy to. How do you design databases for large projects? Honestly, with databases and stuff, I'm not really good with that. Honestly, I very use databases for small projects myself, and I also don't have a big problem because my users top like 1,000, 2,000 per SaaS or whatever, so it's not like a very big number. But I make sure in the beginning to use like T3 Stack, for example, for TRPC, Prisma or something like that. A good ORM will be really good. And also I use like a really good modeling, so I don't care much about what will happen next as much as what will happen when I design the table. So if I design the tables correctly, I don't fear later on what will happen, because I feel like everything later that might happen is related to the VPS, for example, or anything related to how much power I'm given my app or something like that. So yeah, I will pin my comments again. TypeScript, yeah, this is TypeScript but React. Yeah, CAD could be SolidWorks, CAD, yeah, next software mostly for industrial modeling. Yeah, I didn't understand her question when she asked that, but yeah, I thought about AutoCAD also. What is your advice when it comes to code organization? Yeah, I think I answered that, but yeah, go with your guts and learn a bit of code management. How can I make my QR code app in PHP? I think it's just to the point. Find a QR code generator and make sure that you actually don't send two people to the same sprout. And that's it. Do you code smart contract? What does that mean? For the... Okay, I got your point. But no, actually, yeah, I don't do that. Yeah. And for everybody who asks if this is React or not, yes. So let me see what I did today. A lot of stuff, actually. So we have the server running, even though that we didn't classify it too good. We have the README part, package.json here, adding concurrently, and maybe later on I will work on that model aliases. But for now, let me just go here, and maybe in the README file, we add that we did a backend, so that would be something that we are proud of. So here it will be, I'll just delete all of this. Also, I'll show you what I'm adding. So these are the features that we did. Yeah, add them backend, or call it small backend. And here I'll try to kind of copy again, paste it. I'll delete this part again, and make sure that next time the model aliases, because model aliases is really important also for the backend. Plus maybe I don't know, but it would be kind of do a routing plus MVC approach. This will be good because then I will have at least a model for one of the users and a DB installed, kind of. Yeah. So model analysis is not done yet, and this one is not done yet. Let me put space better. That will be better. Yeah, that's it. I mean, seems like we are going to the right path, right? We still have a lot of shit to do, but overall this is cool. I'm really happy about this. Oh, what is a fuzzy finder? A fuzzy finder is actually something really cool, so I will show you that. Our app is working, right? Yeah, cool. So fuzzy finder is a finder that doesn't depend on where you start to look for stuff. So basically here we have these noises. If I put coffee, if I do, for example, I don't know, seaside, which is really good. Anyway, now I will just type F and it will show me F inside this word. So it doesn't start with F, but it still show me that, and also shows me words that just contain F, right? So yeah, if I type E, everything that contains E will be there. Right now if you see even lunchtime, oops, lunchtime has a C inside the word here, but it's still fuzzy find it. So it goes, 2 pointers go here and there and everywhere. As you see, the app is still really bad, but I don't care much now right now about CSS. I won't care about CSS at all, actually, until it works and everything works in the app, and then I move one by one and check all the components and make them work, right? These are really good questions. Geckler, what a name, asked. I hope that's not a bad word or something. Any tips on how to solve issues faster? Like, how do you think? Honestly, I'm really bad with that. I always over-engineer stuff, but I learned it the hard way. Always try and give yourself 10 minutes for your tries. So basically, if you are gonna include like a chart package or something, and you don't know which one to pick, and you have two options, apex charts or high charts, use this for 20 minutes, use this for 20 minutes, and decide after 40 minutes. Don't decide after a day, because tomorrow you will have a daily and you need probably to have a PR. So that's it. Make a decision very fast. Yeah. And also solve as many errors as you can, as Israel said. That's correct. But not as an error. Maybe create as many errors as you can. Also, that's a good thing to do, because if you create errors, means that you're trying to learn, right? Which is really cool. How it starts with projects. I'm new to programming. I think you can check my GitHub and go like to 2016. You'll have a lot of small projects that I did, like a gym app, a web app for a blog, to-do list app, a weather app. These are the apps that you start with, right? Are you coding with AI? No, I'm not. I actually stopped doing that. I don't like it anymore, because there's some saying that says if the code is not in the tip of your finger, then you're a bad coder. And this is coming from the synthetic sugar kind of part, where everything should be synthetically known. At least you know what you're getting, but you don't know how to write it. That's fine. But if the code AI or Copilot writes that for you, then you're in big trouble, because you will start to forget that at some point. Yeah. Any tips on how to solve issues? I think I answered that. Formic is good to handle state control or a big list. What do you think? Yeah, it's actually very good. Formic, really amazing, because here we use Formic in the route of contact, right? Yeah, I was actually showing that. Let me just go to all the files and then show you by just entering. So here, the initial values of this was first name, second name, email, and message. As you see here, we don't have actually the states for that. We just use Formic validation from Zod, and this is the contact schema. I think I can go to it like this, and that's the contact schema that I'm using. You just do a schema like this, and you don't need states to it, which is really cool. Less re-renders, right? You pass this set submitting thingy. I learned also last time. And also you have the form here. By the way, this form is from Formic also. It's not a normal form, so you need to use from Formic. So the error message will also show as a JSX component. So if you go to this definition, you will find it actually a formic component like this, which takes ID, name, class name, and wherever. Also here, even the fields are actually from formic, because this one here, the field of message, should be a text area. So you put it as a field, and then I searched it and I found out that if you use as text area, it will be a text area. What a mess, right? But I think I think it's useful. That's Tailwind, right? Yeah, that's Tailwind. How do I learn to code without ChatGPT? Omer asked. Give yourself time, consistency, 2 hours per day for 1 year. Probably that's it. Yeah. Who's asking about Vim? Yeah, it is Vim. Vim, NeoVim, all of these Vimos are good. I use a configuration that you will find also on my GitHub. I'll share my GitHub. Why should I not? I will share my configuration directly, and then you can go to my GitHub for that. Also, don't forget to follow me, guys. There I have really good projects that I'm going on, and you can do a PR, and also it will be great. Yeah. So that's my GitHub. That's really great. MUI is the latest now. I mean, MUI, Tailwind, both are good. MUI is helpful for me when I use models, but you can do a portal for a model as well with NodeMon. I said NodeMon with Tailwind. Yeah. Cool. Check out my GitHub then, and that would be good to check out the neo config and new Vim config. Yeah, and also check maybe other projects that you can PR if you want and learn from. Is there no AI that I can solve all the tasks very fast code in even task groups? That's the problem. If you give AI like some access to your repo, there it will start making a lot of mistakes, because if you prompt it to do a PR or something, it will have a lot of problems, or it will take a lot of time. I use VS Code also with NeoVim, so sometimes I run the same project on VS Code and NeoVim, because sometimes the GUI from the WSL doesn't work correctly, and when I want to launch something like Cypress, it doesn't launch correctly. Yeah, I'm using Windows at the moment. Yeah, Windows with NeoVim, with the WSL and NeoVim. Yeah. How useful is ChatGPT? Very useful to help you out with maybe like doing regex, maybe doing like fast tasks, like creating certain functions, certain outputs, computations. But don't use it, don't overuse it, right? Why NeoVim and not VS Code? It's because of this keyboard, man. I always show it and it's kind of cool. But yeah, this keyboard is optimal for NeoVim. It has everything set up for NeoVim. Yeah. Cool. Alright guys, so we are aiming for 6,000 followers. So can we do that? I'm not sure, but can we? We are just 100 users away, because I need this to just push for 10,000 as soon as possible. So I need it for like the partnership with TikTok or whatever it's called. So I'm making these live streams basically to earn nothing right now, and I don't want to earn anything, honestly. It's not gonna give you anything, but the problem is that there is a lot of creator programs and stuff like that. Maybe I can get like you to use that for good in the future, and then I can create more content. And also I want to actually collaborate with you guys, and whatever you say here that I'm using is because of the chat. So the chat actually chose everything for me to do here. So let me go up. All right, now I am happy to push this. So adding small backend plus concurrently on the front. Yeah, as you see here, I'm pushing and it pushes like that. And now with the NeoVim, I can check my even remote branches, which is really cool. Look at this. Look at what we did. Very cool, man. All of this. I'm surprised by how much we built, actually. Very surprised. We are unstoppable. Cool. How do I start in doing code, like step by step? Honestly, I will share again, and I have no problem with that. I will share it again. So this is boom, 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 roadmap.sh. It's a website. I will share it now in the chat, and I pin it, where you guys can go and check what roadmap do you want. Let's say front end, like me. And this is your step-by-step guide. Step by step, literally. And I see a good comment like, are you planning any Java live coding in the future? Honestly, I quit Java, man. I'm so bad at Java. I don't like it at all. And I chose JavaScript for a reason, and I think that I will keep with it. Yeah, and I will never change. Because yeah, one of the things of being a good engineer is to stick to one thing. And sticking to one thing is really hard, but that's when you learn, kind of. Is making games difficult? No, actually, Kobe asked that question. Alright, I don't understand some of the comments. I think you guys are talking to each other, which is really cool. I'm surprised also that you guys are 62 people or how many watching a guy coding at 1 a.m. CST or CET or whatever. Yeah, Master One Craft. What is it called? Like the jack of all trades is a master of none, something like that. And yeah, or is it like a jack of all trades is a master of none, but better know something that know none, something like that. Yeah. Sometimes you say, yeah, I would learn this and that and this and that, but honestly, sometimes it's also good to know stuff, right? And if you learn it, if you learn a little bit of DevOps, a little bit of front, a little bit of back, your decision making will become better, but your development will become worse, which means that you will develop slower, but your decision making will become always fast because you know where to head whenever you have like a bigger problem, like a macro problem in your app, right? But the micro problems, you will be always shit at them, which is coding. Yeah, so guys are actually following me up with that kind of thing. Jack of all trades, but a master of one is still always better than a master of one in the quote. Yeah, correct. Cool. Python? No, we are doing JavaScript. TypeScript. Alright, so we built something cool. I mean, if you want to show you like the fuzzy finder that we did, stupid one, but it's very cool. We did kind of just uses includes from JavaScript. So what we did, we brought all the blobs. As you see, I will show you like the only Python script that I wrote for this app. Let's forget about the server now. We have the assets. You see these assets here? Our assets coming up from the public folder. So I scraped these. And then what I did for scraping, I used this PyScript, right? This PyScript goes and download files basically, and it downloads them based on a text file that I prepared. Then I told this TypeScript thingy, hey, can you go kind of like to the end of the assets folder and create like a download path, right? Which is downloads inside this directory. Where is it? So inside assets, right? And then I came out with this idea that I can do this, Control I. Let me see, how can I do that? How can I go to my old file? Yeah, Control O. So in Vim, you have Control O to go back in your options, or what they call them, the jump options. So you jump over all the files that you saw. So this is one of the files that we saw, which contains the white noise blobs, which means all the blobs or all the files coming up from that asset folder. And for that we used it should be a util function somewhere. Yeah, there's in helpers. I still remember everything. That's really cool. I did this like 1 month ago. So this sound assets actually imports all the blobs and returns this assets, right? And returns the path, and actually it also returns the model. But I don't need the model at all. I just need the path for my front end to read that path, right? Otherwise, for error typing, we just return an empty array. But it will never do that, so that's cool. Then you have a search value here for that fuzzy find. And also you have a debouncer. This debouncer is actually I created. So basically, if you go to definition, or maybe go to file. Okay, I don't know how to go to that. Maybe it's called use debounce. Yeah, here. So this is the bouncer. Very easy one. You have a time ref which uses Node.js timeout. I always don't know if it's timeout or timer, but I think timeout is correcter, because in my head it's timer. I don't know why I said timer. It's timeout, yeah. Okay, so then you use that and you give it like a, so you don't, whenever you input it searches. Maybe in the future I'll use an API, so it's reasonable to use this debouncer maybe every 1 second. You have your use effect. And then if you are logged in, if you're also thinking about logging in and stuff, I have my app from the Firebase config. And that's it. I mean, this app became really big. Oh shit, I'm not showing you the whole thing. I will show you again. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Nice. Let me read your comments, guys. Ah, nice. Now I only need 91 for my... Yeah, oh my gosh, like a lot of people are joining. Please follow up. Follow. I need 6,000 followers before I go to sleep. But yeah, cool. Actually, I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to continue working. I don't know when I will stop. Maybe tomorrow I will just give them a sick leave and give them the middle finger. I don't know. It feels like that. I went on Friday to the doc and he said that I have a vitamin D deficiency, so I'm playing on my vitamin D deficiency kind of card. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm playing on that tomorrow. I'll say, hey, sorry guys, I have a D deficiency. Sounds totally wrong to say that, but kind of I will use it 100%. I think about it. The more I think about it, the more I will do it actually. But yeah, at 9 a.m. I will see that. Don't we all? All right, so is he all right? We are on the same page at least. But yeah, are you in Germany, Susie? I don't know. If you are, then yeah, in Germany it's different than the US. I think a lot of people here are from the US. Based on the CST timeout, I see that a lot of people are from, yeah, a lot of Illinois and stuff like that, like some states that I first time to hear of. But yeah, so here in Germany I have 60 days actually of holiday a year, but I am double because I signed that onto my contract. For some people it's 28, and for some other people it's 24, and some other people it's 20. But if you think about it, 20 days is just, if you divide it by 5, like working days in a week, you will have basically how much? 1 month in time, basically, that you can take days off. For me, it's 2 months. But also, if you are sick, you have 3 days where you are sick without telling why, basically. And that's really funny because a lot of people does it. Like every month, they just give 1 day sick, which is usually a Friday. And that's when you know that they are not sick. Because you check, like, does Bayern Munich play on Friday somewhere? And it's the Champions League or something like that. And you know that he's like a football head or something. And then you find them later, like, posting on Instagram about, like, going to the match or something like that. So it's kind of like a card that everybody uses. Yeah. So let's hope for the best. And also, yeah, it's also good for the companies in Europe to give this kind of margin of holidays. It's really important to not burn out your employees and stuff like that, because I used to burn out very easy, especially when I started. I couldn't keep up at all. Yeah, Susie said that calling in sick on a Monday is superior because you mostly get the whole week off. I don't think so. For my boss, he will literally come to my house if I just go 2 days off for sickness, and he will probably make sure that I'm really sick, because a lot of things depend on me, and I think yeah, I mean, that's the burden of being loving your job, maybe, or something like that, because people will throw. I used to be super naive, and so people start to throw their projects on me, and I never said no in the beginning, so it became like a really habit for them. Like, they know their stuff, they know that I will do extra, so they will work less. That's my team, at least. So yeah, and yeah, I probably, I don't know, it depends on if I finish with my project today. I'll probably go tomorrow. If not, I'll just call sick. Yeah, roadmap S8 doesn't show where to learn. I think it does, because it has this option where if you click, for example, let's say git control, it does have this, and then it gives you the free resources part. But Scrimba, I have Scrimba, I think. It's very funny. I have Scrimba, yeah. I paid for it for 1 year and I never used it. What a mess. I hate this. It's really bad sometimes with the adult money. You have money to pay stuff that you couldn't buy before, and then you buy and never use. It's not like I'm misusing it. My agency collapses without me. All right. But what do you do, Susie? Like, what do you do exactly for work? I don't know that. That would be good to know. All right. Nice. Does anybody here is from Europe, or anybody else from another continent, maybe? You can comment in the chat where are you from, because that would be really cool to know. And let's check Asia. Wow. But where from? Which country? We are just this is very funny. We are 69 followers away from 6,000. Look at you, man. You are from Maldives. There's Tanzania. Africa for sure. Yeah. Canada. Nice. Very amazing, actually. Look at that. But what time is it in Canada right now? I'll check Ontario or whatever main city. Whoa, 7 p.m. Nice. So yeah, the CST guys, 7 p.m. Nice. The Pacific. Okay. So how is software development in the Canada, Hakim? How is it there? Is it kind of getting worse like here? Because now, used like in the period of January to February, I get a lot of interviews, a lot of contracts, a lot of LinkedIn messages and stuff like that. But lately it started to be really low, right? Oh, Susie does WordPress plus design and coding. That's amazing. Maybe you can collab someday on something. That would be amazing. Yeah. We have a reconnection, but the internet's really bad. I hate this part, actually. Where am I in of nowhere? Which right now I'm connected to on some other Wi-Fi that I don't even know where it is. Which is very funny, actually. Hey, yo, congrats. Crazy. Wow. Into Google. Wow, that's good. Yeah, about newbies, it's always harder for them to get jobs nowadays. It will be very harder even in the future. All right, I see like a lot of problems with my internet right now. I don't know what it is with TikTok, but I think TikTok like is not having any trouble anymore with this low latency problems. Yeah, so people are talking about how they feel like they are getting ghosted when they go to apply for jobs, actually, which is correct. It's really weird how it is right now. Yeah, I think now my internet back to work, so I'm gonna switch up to another Wi-Fi for this. Seems like a very weird issue that I have. My internet is really giving me the weirds lately. I need to find out why it's doing this. Right now I'm just putting test into my phone and it doesn't even work, and it says that internet is good. Yeah, I thought about because I was actually applying a lot to some of the jobs lately, and I thought that they're actually, yeah, we're back. All right, we are back with the enhanced internet. Cool. So now I can answer more of the questions, right? What are some pros and cons about the job that you do? I can explain you that. I can explain you that very good, actually. So about my job, where is that Excalibur part? Yeah. This is a very good question, actually, because my job is a bit complicated. I live like Batman, double life, double agent life, right? So we have two things. Let me zoom out. I have the React MERN engineering section of my life, which is very good. I love it, kind of. How can I do a heart correctly? I think that's why I'm not very popular with ladies. I cannot be romantic even when I'm drawing. So this is the part where it's good, and this is my first contract, kind of, right? And my first contract, I have like 4 hours a day of development, right? And 4 hours of day and for self-learning, basically, right? Yeah, let's do it like that. So for the self-learning, it can hop into here, so it becomes like 6 hours to 2, but it doesn't matter. I always can manage with 4. And if I'm doing self-learning, it's usually I'm learning on the same repo that I'm working on, and therefore I do it double X on learning, and at the same time on kind of creating good stuff for our repo, kind of implementing good stuff, right? So lately, for example, we did Vite, and we changed from React app. I think you all know the React app compilers with the Webpack and stuff. Yeah. And we switched to Vite, which was really amazing because it helped out with the app being too much speedy and stuff like that. The second part, though, which is with Adobe, I work with Adobe, as you all know. This is my second part, and this is messed up because it's a bit of managing a job, kind of like you manage two platforms. One is called Target, and one is called IPM Pages, right? And these are not like really crucial for you to know. It's fine. It's public data, kind of. Yeah. So the moment that I joined this company, they said they are getting rid of IPM Pages. So day one, first day, me here saying, hey, hello, everybody. I'm really happy to see you. Look at that. Let me just actually do it correctly. Probably better. So the first day that I joined, I was really happy with my job and stuff like that. I work at Adobe. I'm really happy, smiley and stuff. And they told me, boom, you are actually we are getting rid of this. So that won't be there in the company. So this was 1 year ago. 1 year ago, I joined them, right? And guess what I'm doing right now? Still doing this. So first day, they put that baggage on me. So in my head, what should I do? I just joined, and there is this big like problem that I have, that I need to learn some other stuff. So I branched out on learning other stuff. Like there's another platform and another platform and another platform. So my job became like here 1 hour of development and 7 hours of of trying to find a solution for what I am going to do, right? So the thing is, it became like a really too much for me right now, because here I am really happy, but here I'm really like going like this all day. Like if you know what is an oscilloscope, like this, like I am having this feeling every day, like kind of. Sometimes I am on the top of the like mountain, sometimes I'm in the worst setting ever, and every time you have a call with anybody, they mention we are getting rid of this, we are getting rid of this, we are getting that risk. So big companies, it's whenever you are here, usually you did some dev achievement. Whenever you're here, probably politics, like some guy got fired, or some guy gave you the freaks about something that happened to other teams, so you need to save yours, so you work double X again to save your ass, basically. So you can work, so you are here to save yourself. But yeah, I hate that actually. I would say that nobody should live this kind of double life. Just check one thing that you love and keep doing it. That's it. Anyone ongoing project that I can put my tech skills into? Yeah. We are doing some tech projects right now, but maybe you can share with us what are you doing and what stack you are using. Susie said, this is how I need people to tell me stories. Yeah, basically that's what I do all the time with my friends. Like we sketch, and I really got good with it, because I kind of feel like, yeah, sketching is really good for memory and you always remember stuff. Loki looks like a crown. True. What about Java developers? Can I get a Java job? I mean, if you're good at it, you can get a job for sure. I mean, asking these macro questions, I don't think that I will help you much. It depends on also what you want to do. And by the way, guys, my site actually is 10 out of 10. So I don't need glasses at all. But these are blue light glasses, as you see. So I really don't need them. So outside when I drive, I don't drive with the glasses, because on my driver license, I don't wear them. Alright, so Dylan develops with React Native and Fast API. Nice. So what we were talking about here, you can check this behind me is Formic. Maybe you can help me one thing. Let me show you. So here we have actually Formic, not here, sorry. Where is it? Here. We have a validation schema for Formic, and we use the Formic validation schema from Zod Formic adapter. And we were actually thinking about how can we show the error messages, and I found out that we have this error message from Formic as a JSX component. So do you maybe have any other option for this error message? I don't know, maybe like itinerary checking or something like that, because I didn't find out. Or maybe there will be like something here for this where is it actually, for this onValidate function. Usually you have one. Alright, so basically you can either return JSX like this, or return it into a JSX functional component, and in the component functional stuff you put error, put like error here, maybe, I don't know, something like that, but I am not sure actually. Yeah, so we did it like this, it works fine, but I'm not really happy with it. Yeah, cool. Great that we have now developers and critics in the chat. Show your product, sir. Yeah, I can show you that, but right now it's just not that beautiful. We are creating kind of like a white noise app. This is what I was talking about, the contact page and stuff, but this is the home page. You have like a timer that helps you out. I called it study with me, so it will have a lot of features The login, logout works. The break timer works as well. The noises work. Very good noises actually that I chose. Also, I have this input that I will explain in next time. I know he has like the fuzzy finder also, that works fine. So each day I add one feature. Cool. So what are these classes for? These classes are just to rest my eyes so I don't get burnt. Because if you code at night, basically you are burning your eyes, because the light from screen will just really make your eyes very tired at the end. Even though if you don't feel it, maybe you are young, but at some point they will start to burn, like literally. What developer are you? I'm a front-end developer. This feels like an odd point to ask, but what is your name? Susie asked. My name is Ayman, and some people call me like Amen, like in the church, and some other people call me a lot of names actually, but some other people call me Rod, and Rod is like from another story, which is my nickname in gaming. I used to nickname under the name of Rod and the Jock, which is like kind of like a stupid name. I had my cousin who's like 2 years old or something. I wrote Rod, and he came to my keyboard and slapped his fingers, and then he wrote like some certain characters that I looked at and I found them appealing. So in the beginning, and called me Rod. And I kept using that name for long because so many people know me from video games, and especially that I played even like professionally. I played CSGO a lot, and everybody calls me Rod, but actually my name is Ayman, which is an Arab name, Arabic name. Yeah. Very cool. Baggio said, I know that you are Romanian. No, I'm not. I am from North Africa, from Tunisia. Do we make Roblox games? No, I don't do that. I don't know even how to make Roblox games. Yeah, hey man. I mean, some other people says that as well, but it's like short, like literally like amen from the church, like when you say amen, like that's it. Yeah, but a lot of people say amen, and I had a very very funny actually joke. I had an Indian friend of mine who works with me at Adobe. She's a girl actually. Whenever she says I mean, she says it like amen. It's like, so I don't know how, but I feel like she's calling me out. So you see me like waiting for my turn in the basically daily, and every time she says I mean, I get like the goosebumps, because I feel like someone called me out of nowhere and told me to actually say something, and it's scary sometimes. So I told her like about that, and she didn't take it very well actually. She didn't take it as a joke. You are not watching the Super Bowl? Is it now? Let me check. I'm not American, so for sure not. Wow. Philadelphia plays Kansas City right now. Yeah, the Super Bowl started. So for all the Americans that are in the chat, you are literally not loving your football today. Hey, what are you building? I am building a white noise app. This white noise app is just a recurrent project that we had since December. Every 2 weeks we are doing like a readme file with setting up like some to-do list and working it up through. Yeah, I saw that error message. Yeah. Nice. How many hours will it take me to be decent of JavaScript from complete beginner? I mean, I don't have the hourly rate, but 600 will be like it. And I'm saying 600, maybe 1.5 years, 2 hours a day of like 5 days a week. Nice. 3 hours daily for 1.5 hours. That's Ron, actually very close to mine. Yeah, have built an AI agent. I'm not really sure about AI and building their agents, but I used a lot of OpenAI APIs and I built some good stuff with them. But I'm not sharing them because they're just for my job. Maybe in the future we can do something together. I'm using React as a front-end framework actually. So let me check where we are now, because if we already reached the 6,000, then I will be really happy. So we are 42 followers away from 6,000. So I want everybody of you now to share the live stream, or everybody of you to like the live stream so it goes very up, and maybe to also follow, because then I can sleep saying, yeah, we did it, 6,000, and tomorrow we aim for 7,000. And every day we will stream, don't worry about that. Maybe tomorrow we'll do one of the tasks that maybe I actually share with you some task from my work, but it will be kind of like a macro task, not a very big one. Maybe you get to know and learn how we work on day-to-day basis, kind of. Yeah. It's also very funny that you guys are watching someone who codes and you are happy with it. I mean, for everything there's a niche, which is really funny. Oh, Google laying off half their mobile debt. I mean, we saw someone accepted by Google just a few minutes ago in the chat. So I think they're still hiring. Yeah, Python is good. Prototypal, nice. There for everything. Data scraping, data management, data whatever. Data science, yeah, data mapping, Python scripts, Python backend, I don't know, like Django frameworks, everything. I'm here to sprinkle in some non-coding nonsense while enjoying the coding part. Yeah, for me, I always start very good before midnight, and I share a lot of knowledge and work on a lot of stuff. And then after midnight, I'm like, I have 2 neurons, and I rather just talk. How much you make doing this? Doing what? Doing JavaScript? Yeah, I mean, I said it once, around the 100 plus K mark, but not as much as that. Not as far from that, from the 100K. North 100, south 150, kind of, yeah. But it's not much, honestly, not much. I need more. I need 250. I wish if I was from the US or something like that, I will have more reach, kind of, because I will be more eligible to go work anywhere in the world, which would be good. Especially with my Tunisian passport, you are just really limited. Like I had once a job in Japan, I couldn't go. I had once a job in Middle East, I couldn't go. I had once a job in the US, in Wikipedia actually. I couldn't go because some other guy from the UK just took his bag and said, I'm coming tomorrow for the interview. So it's kind of limited. And before there was none of this kind of remote kind of mentality, right? So it was hard. You need always to work from the office. What CSS book did I like? There is one from O'Reilly that I can share. But you know what? I think I can find it. 1 second. Yeah, there is this one, responsive web design. Just write in Google responsive web design. The first one that you find is that's it. And also there is micro frontends in action. That's really good. And both of them are audible, so you can listen to them. Where exactly in Tunisia are you from, by the way? That's really simple. It's kind of 12 kilometers from the capital, so Tunis basically. So we're like, Tunis is like different. Like it has 24 states and one state entitles 8 more. So the ones that are in the capital, they're all called one, which is Tunis. Tunis is the capital of Tunisia. So it's kind of funny to say. Could you use one error message component and have a state to highlight field in error? No, actually you don't need to, because that error message component will do it for you. It's from Formic. Yeah. I like this one. He said, bro, can you create a microservice app for me? I have a presentation tomorrow. I am cooked. I wish I can help, believe me. If you are close, at least I can walk you through that. But I'm going to sleep in a second, so I think you're cooked. Is it easy to learn Python, and how long does it take for a beginner to learn? For Python, I think 6 months to learn the basics, you will be good. Yeah. For 6 months, you will be good. And by the way, let's check now how many followers we have. Boom. We are now 31 followers away from 6,000. I will just go once we hit 6,000 mark, which I think we can do it in 20 minutes from now or something like that. Cool. Let me chill while I'm actually very close to the camera. Cool. Is it? Yeah. Nice. I mean, how many we will have by the end of this year? That's the question. There's a question from some guy in the chat saying, he's a full stack developer, by the way, web developer. Is in the description for his profile. He said, bro, why Next.js is so heavy? I honestly don't know because I honestly also didn't like Next.js when it was done. And I'm waiting for React to introduce all its React 19 stuff, hooks and stuff, so we can get rid of Next.js completely, literally. But I don't think that it will get completely wrecked because Vercel is putting so much money in it, and it won't be replaced. It won't be replaced. Yeah. So you can learn either React 19 or Next.js. What is it? What is the latest Next.js? Like 16, 15? I don't know. Zach asked a very good question. He said, your advice for new tech students? What skills to learn now and for the future? Very interesting question. So let me just go like this. Always like better to just go Excalibur again. For this, you need just to always divide your vision or focus into two. Syntax, that's 100% something that you need to keep. All right, what we call also the dry principle, so you don't repeat yourself, and you always make sure that you have one language, one focus kind of into one language. So if you're using JavaScript, right, continue with JavaScript. Don't do like JavaScript jumps to Java, jumps to Python. All right, sometimes to know two is good, but too diverse, like Python and JavaScript. Maybe you will use JavaScript for web app, maybe you will use Python for scraping data or something like that, right? The second thing is what we call basically skills, kind of, right? And you need always to focus on the soft part of the skills. Why? Because soft skills are very important. You always hear this thing called team player. A team player in this sense means that you are just available at any case to actually interact with any of the team members. So if you have a DevOps task that requires you, for example, to install Matomo, which is an analytic tool, let's say, and this Matomo needs for you to understand how Matomo works and read the docs. So this is no problem for you, because this will give you actually that interaction with DevOps guys, and they will interact also with you, and you keep up with the docs and everything like that. So this team player part is crucial. The second thing is you need to be kind of like geeky, what we call geeky and googly. Geeky and googly are two different things, but geeky, you can be interested in doing stuff alone at home, so you will have your own portfolio, kind of. And from this portfolio, you kind of progress through learning all the packages that you see new. So if you find out that there is a new package called TanStack, you learn it, because TanStack router now is beaming and TanStack query as well. Googly is like how to search the Google, basically how to search for errors. All right. And the most of all is don't panic. That's it. That's the most desirable skill that you need to learn. If you don't panic, then everything is gonna be okay, right? So please don't panic, follow up, and continue good. And yeah, by the way, after you do the not panicking and you feel like, okay, I am in this spectrum of now this is junior, this is middle, and this is senior, right? So if you feel yourself here or here, that's when you would say to yourself, hey, learn the framework, kind of like, right? Learn a framework. And this can be before or after being a junior or having a job, because having a job doesn't mean that you will use a framework. Actually, you can be doing vanilla JS for some people. That's also fine. Yeah. So learn a framework, pick your lane. Don't go like too many ways. Either React. Also Svelte is under React. Also Vue, right? By the way, React is first, Vue is second. And then I will show you the third one, which is Angular. And then Svelte comes fourth, I think. And then HTMX or something like that, or Apollo or whatever, comes 5+. I don't know which one it is, but 5+, 100%. And by the way, we are not doomed because of AI. AI won't take your job. Please chill, guys. We don't need that kind of negativity in the chat. By the way, we need 21 only followers, and then we will have 6,000. Awesome. Nice. We are having 70 people watching. Please, like, why I don't see all your comments? You know what? Comment below. Where are you from, guys? Comment. Show me your comments. Show me, like, where everybody's from. No, Angular is number 3, 100%. Because I checked, you can go like State of JS is called. I can show you that. State of JS frameworks. Here you go, because I actually have it ready for you. So you see React is first. All right, guessing game, all right? What is next? After React, what do you think is next? Come on. All right, I see Jamaica, Montreal, Canada, Morocco, Moscow, Cameroon. I thought you will focus more on the AI skills and AI language and everything related to AI. Yeah, you can do that, but for now we are just doing JavaScript. All right, so second one is Vue.js. And thank you guys for sharing where you are from. I'm really happy with this, knowing that, oh, there's a Moscow. Nice. Wow, from Moscow as well. Russia. Hi, Max. I like how he entered the chat. Hi, sir. So you deserve it. Hi, Max. Shout out to Max. Where do you live? I live in Munich, Germany. And now it's 2 a.m. So next is Vue.js. So we have React first. And then React is booming, man. Like 2016 to 2024. The moment it does this, the moment it goes second, I will panic. Honestly, I'll start panicking. But now I'm happy. 2024, we are first. We are good. Second is Vue.js. Really stayed third for a period of time, and then went over Angular in 2023, which is epic, honestly. Angular is third. Svelte is fourth. I wasn't wrong. So my expectation for this is not wrong. So we have React first, we said. Vue second. Angular third. And Svelte fourth. And I said HTMX, which is fifth. Oh, Preact. Okay, forget about Preact. What is next? Solid. That is next lit. Okay, so solid. So yeah, where is HTMX though? It's not here even. Oh, I say number 9. So that's cool. All right, so this is number 9. And then I will tell you to go for solid if you want to be number 5. Yeah. When you introduced hook, it boomed. When they introduced hooks, yeah. When they introduced hooks, it boomed a lot actually. Max is asking where do I work? I work for Adobe, and I also work for another company called SFC. So 2 companies, contractor based. Yeah. I'm losing one contract soon, so if you have a job for me, let me know. What else? Yeah, Python also is really nice for coding. I don't know if there is like, I think, what is it called? Stack Overflow. Overflow, survey GS. I think they have their survey, technology stack developer survey. Yeah. Here you go, the survey that everybody wants to compare programming languages. So not Oz Women said, I have a job for you. Sure, you can DM me for that. I will be happy to assist. So basically here in the GS part, we know GS that is mostly used by developers. Why? Because it is kind of used even by backend developer for certain stuff. So basically, if you are a backend developer doing Spring Boot or whatever, and you are interested to try even frontend, you will need to learn JS, right? Yeah, CSS is not coding language, but do you see it here? Maybe I am just, oops. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. But I feel like, yeah, so HTML, CSS is not a language, but I think they are just comparing by use here, right? Let me just learning to code. So yeah, people for learning to code, they are doing Python. Nice. Max said, and where are you originally from? Very people interested where I'm from originally. I'm originally from Tunisia, North Africa, and I speak German a bit, yeah. Just not that much, but I do B1 level, that's it. So yeah, Python for learning, JS number 3 for learning, or number 2 because we won't actually count on HTML and CSS, and C++ comes next after Java. ZXZ said that Python is not a good recommendation for first language. Can you say why maybe? That would be interesting to know actually. And let me just scroll up to see all the comments that you guys have. Yeah, so let's do it ourselves. Let's think about it ourselves. So if you want actually to kind of like draw it here, and we pick what we saw from, let's draw it again, kind of. We pick what we saw by our chatters and also by the survey. So then we know what is best to do, right? So for me, I'll just share my screen again. Here, I will always put first GS because it also requires HTML and CSS to learn this, right? And this is enough for you to learn GS to start, because then the web frameworks are at your grasp. So that's the goal, kind of, right? But why should you start with Python? That's another topic. So basically here, when we check this and we find Python, and then we check the work part of it and what these people are doing, they are employed full-time, and most of them also, there's like contractors and stuff. But I would think that probably I want to check the professional developers part of it. Okay, they don't share like technology or something, like technology by developers, something like that. But yeah, so for me, when it comes to Python, you will only learn Python to just speed up your process of learning. And that's it. I mean, that's where I feel like Python is good, because you will teach yourself algorithmics and lead code. Therefore, Python is the best for lead coding. Yeah, I'm really surprised that PostgreSQL is first. I thought that SQLite will be first, actually. Very interesting, very interesting. Okay, let me read the comments again. Yeah, it's not a strongly typed language for JavaScript, maybe. Yeah, I want to be a web designer, but you know, there is like TypeScript for that. So Masa asked, I want to be a web designer programmer. Should I be worried if learning C program is a problem? If you are trying for web design, please go for JavaScript. Don't waste your time with C and C++, even though that it's really good. So yeah, Python versus Ruby. I think Ruby is better, because Ruby makes you wanna jump from outside your balcony. Yeah, so you look, guys, don't compare. Like, everything has its own lane, right? Best ways to learn Java as a beginner. I think for Java you can go for LinkedIn Learning. They have the best material. Yeah. Which site is data from? This is survey.stackoverflow. So go to survey.stackoverflow. Yeah. Cool. Am I correct that we have only 13 people or 10 people left to actually reach 6,000 followers? That's nice. So I want everybody who's in the chat to go and boost up this and kind of maybe make this night more special. We just reached 6,000 followers in a day. Actually 1,000. That's cool. C++ goes inside kernel. That is why, yeah, maybe now we are talking more about, yeah, if you want more like about machine friendly, go learn like, I don't know, like assembly or something. Someone is laughing about Firebase. Where is Firebase in here? I think it's not even mentioned. Is it? Maybe I'm just blind. Yeah. Oh, okay. Real-time database. Here you go. So only 5% use it. So I am having Firebase app right now and starting to regret it. No, SQLite in this list. SQLite, because you are talking about, yeah, here you go. Weren't you seeing it actually? SQLite is epic. Yeah, probably I'll switch to SQLite then. But maybe I need some guidance because I never worked with it. Or maybe I did, I don't remember. Yeah, fine, Rick, fine. Rick Rod. That's his nickname. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, AWS seems like booming, right? And look at Microsoft Azure, it's second actually. So if you want to learn this, like cloud platforms, go for AWS for now. Learn your Lambda or whatever it's called, and and then move to maybe, oh, Firebase is there as well. It's very funny that Firebase database is very far, but Firebase Cloud is there somewhere up. Yeah, here in the 5th position. But look at this. What is collocation? Fly.io. I bet that if I go now fly.io, I will find like a discount for something because they are really burnt. Probably for the pricing. Where is the pricing? There is no discount. Look at that. They don't care, right? You need to make an account first for sure. Let me see Databricks. No, let me see the last one. Collocation service. No, I think that these are all wrong. I need to write collocation cloud platform. Yeah, so this is it. It's German for sure. It's bad. No, this is actually a sponsored one. Actually, they don't have a website anymore, or what is happening? They don't actually. Oh, Heroku, where is it? Heroku is taking so much a hit. Wow. Okay, web frameworks and technology. Here you go. This is the part that you guys want to see, right? Alright, so now I want to, from you all, I want you to comment basically what you did use from all of these, because that's interesting for me to know. And by the way, we are just 9 people away from 6,000, which is good. Dark web website. Arian is going dark in the chat. All right, so we have someone who uses React. That's nice. It's all blurred. Let me zoom in. This is not blurred now, right? All right, cool. So Next.js and React probably is what you are guys using in the chat. There's also Flask that I used before. Fast API for sure, but I'm surprised by the positioning of this. Yeah, Nest.js, look at that. 5% only if these people used it actually in Stack Overflow. Oh, look at embedded technology. Raspberry Pi. Arduino. I know only these two, so I know that I'm knowing good stuff. Other frameworks, .NET, and you have the other stuff, which is really cool. Docker, npm, what? And npm is used most by developer learning to code. What is, like, now this is doesn't make any sense, because here it's saying Docker is used for the most professionals, but they are not the same thing, right? People still use jQuery, yeah, people still use jQuery actually. Let's search it later on, but yeah, let me try that actually. jQuery. Okay, let me go back. Oh, what? jQuery number 3 before Next.js. We are doomed. We are doomed. So we need to go back to jQuery, right? Man, look at that. Even before Express. Look, man, I think this is messed up. This is not correct at some point. Where is Bun? I don't know. Cheers, mate. Yeah. All right. For everybody who's in the chat, by the way, we are close to 6K followers on TikTok, so please follow up. I don't know where is the follow button, somewhere in here. Please do it, and like the video or whatever it is, like the live stream or whatever, so we can reach out to as many people as possible, so we can have a 6K before I go to sleep. But actually, I'm really surprised by these numbers. Very good numbers. Very good one. For jQuery, really weird. Let's go now to this. This is kind of like what web frameworks and technologies developers are using and keep working with. So 73% of developers that used it want to keep working with it. Fun fact, our team at Stack Overflow used Svelte for the first time in building our 24 develop server result site. We could go on and on about Svelte. So this website actually is made by Svelte. And people, whenever they work with React, 33% of them want to stay, but 62% of them want to leave. The funny part, that jQuery now have 99.1% to stay and 35% to leave, and I don't see Svelte. So they are talking a lot about Svelte. Svelte, here you go. So 11% are admiring. I don't get it now, 1 second. So 73% of developers on Svelte. Okay, I got it now. So 73% actually want to work with it. So the red are wanting to work with it. And also the 12% are desired to work with it. Nice. Very cool. And look at the React.